what's up? What's up? It's the Art the Most Experience with Deke. I'm Art the Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's the word, bro?
Man, my partner, them, you know I'm over here vibed out, super duper enjoying life, and I must be fully transparent. I feel amazing. Darling. You know, it's one of those things, man. Beautiful day like today.
Why is that? The KD trade?
Well, not just don't you get us started on this hoop stuff again, man.
Does that hurt LeBron's chances?
Look. All right, I'm gonna address the crowd, okay? I'm gonna address the crowd real quick. We're not talking to Deke for a second, all right? Deke, we're beefing.
What happened?
I blame Deke for yesterday. I blame Deke for everything. It's always Deke, all right, guys?
What happened?
You threw off the energy by combating a LeBron positive moment. And then you made everything in here real contentious.
I really didn't want to.
I didn't either.
Because I think what LeBron did was really good.
It was great. And we both are supporters of both guys.
I just needed to back up Jordan a little bit. I said only Deke on a day like that. Only Deke could do that, man. So I was like, you know what? We ain't going there today. We ain't talking hoops today. Bro, we spent like an hour talking hoops. Yeah, they thought it was a hoops podcast. I don't know if you know that. I'm just throwing that out there, man. There were a lot of big moves that were made, though. How can we help ourselves
between yesterday, I mean, even today, I'm like, bro, they still making moves? Like, yikes. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I do blame you, though. Okay? I blame you.
Your boy's gone from the Lakers.
Chill.
Pat Bev.
Chill. Now, I missed that
one.
Well,
also,
Russ is
gone. I was talking
Russ.
Pat Bev, but
yeah,
you're right. Russ is gone.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell's back.
Yeah, man. You know, ice in
Mo
his
Bamba's
veins.
on the Lakers now.
Mo Bamba. Hopefully he can live up to the song. You know what I mean? So we definitely like that. I missed where Pat Bev went. Where he ended up going, man. I might have missed.
Magic. I think maybe he was part of the Mo Bamba deal then.
Okay, because, I probably missed that then. Jeez, Louise. Yeah, some moving and shaking. KD out there in Phoenix. I guess the Suns are the new favorites out west right now. Holy cow. I don't know how they got that deal done, but yeah.
I was listening to a podcast today. I don't think we realize how unprecedented that KD trade actually is. Whenever you look back on like NBA history, dudes like KD don't get traded. Now, a lot of the NBA movement has been so much more of a commonplace. So maybe we take it for granted, but it was Bill Simmons. He was saying the last time a dude like of KD's caliber was traded like in the middle of the season, it was Shaq back in 2004.
Orlando.
And then all the dudes, I think all the dudes before them, I don't know if he was considering Barkley or not.
Or Horace Grant. No, because was Horace, he was
traded. He was talking about like Wilt Chamberlain.
But none of them dudes on that level,
getting traded. I forget. There was like 4 or 5 other guys, but these are all dudes that are top 20 in NBA history. Yeah. And it's only happened like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
But I feel like, because this is my take, we're kind of KD'd out right now. And like the Suns, they had their little run with CP3, so we're tired of them.
I think this is the reset, though.
Oh, it is. It 100% is. But I feel like that's why, I don't know, at least me, I'm just a little ho-hum or just, I'm not making as big of a deal about it.
I don't like the fact that it's the Suns that are going to do it because I don't like their energy. But as a whole, I'm like, yo, this is a huge trade. Major move, man, to get him out there, bro. Major move, man. Absolutely. Yeah. But it was funny, too. We're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on basketball today because, like we said, we talking Super Bowl. We got one of my partner thems, man, one of my former boys, man. Obviously, NFL cat, man, played in the Super Bowl. Robert McClain, he's going to join us as well in a few, man, to talk a little bit of that and some of the DB prospect that he's been checking out, man, and a potential free agent prospect that could help the Steelers out, man. So we'll definitely talk to him at that 5 o'clock time. But, man.
Free agent?
But hold on. It's just funny, though.
Free agent DB.
Yeah. I've been hitting him up. I was like, yo, because me and him, man, we got history. We got history, like real life history. So it's like, man, I had to ask him. I was like, bro, what you think about this player? You know, I said, we on him. He's like, oh, no, that's that. I'm like, whoa, save that. Let's talk about this. I was like, man, how you feel about some of these DBs? Bro, I got, man, this, that. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Save that. We're going to talk about it. I trust your eye. You know? Certain times when we talk in certain positions, I want to bring somebody in here that's done played that position. Bring somebody in that can talk about it on a higher level than I can per se. So, you know, we'll do a little bit of that today.
What's he up to these days?
Oh, and they say my audio is a little bit low. All right, let me. All right, we'll see if I turned it up too loud or not. Might be too loud now. All right.
Check it now.
All right. See, y'all let us know if y'all can hear us clean and crispy now. Let me know.
What's he up to these days, though?
Man, so now in retirement.
Does he actually want to get into scouting and coaching and any of this?
Actually, man, he is. It's funny because he still got the athlete in him. He's been playing like soccer, bro. That's like his whole thing right now. I'm like, bro, you trying to like try out and do like the MLS? Like, what you trying to get into? He's on that whole kick, and he's an artist as well, man. So he's big into like drawing, painting, and stuff like that. Highly talented, though, man. Highly talented.
Good for him.
Yeah, man. But
we'll see how his takes are.
Oh, yeah, we're going to find out today. Put him to the test, Deke. Don't you let him leave no...
I got one big question for him.
Don't leave no...
You said he was on the Panthers back in 2015, 2016?
He started the whole playoff run.
I got one question for him.
He played 100% of their playoff snaps starting at that thing, baby. I'm just letting you know now. So whatever you want to talk from that 15, that super... Hey, he got your answer. All right? He got your answer.
So we hit up these shout-outs then? Start it out?
I mean, if you feel like the time is right, if you feel like you ready, if you ready, I'm ready. You know how I ride.
Sure.
I like that.
It looks like everyone's saying the audio is good.
All right, good. Oh, and now that I think about it, can I address something real quick? Can I address something real quick?
What?
Ryan McPherson. Moats will have either a different Lakers jersey or some Bills gear on. Huh? Hey, Deke, what does my hoodie say today, Deke? Huh, Deke, can you see what my hoodie says?
It says Steelers.
Is that little font?
It looks like the new hoodies that came out this year, right?
Like, so you mean I'm still copping new gear? Is that what you're telling me? I don't just cop new Bills. I cop new Steelers. Is that
was
what
it copped?
Tell me? What you mean?
What's it copped or given?
Well, technically, a lot of my gear from both parties is given. Now that I think about it. But see, because if we're going off of that rule, technically, I don't think I've worn anything that was paid for it from either part. Actually, I have that one. I think I paid for it.
Yeah, Bills don't give out Mitchell and Ness gear, right?
I was going to say that's literally the only thing I would say. Yeah, that was literally the one I thought of. I was like, because that's the recent thing that I copped. Yeah, because all the other
only
hoodies,
one
the
thing
hats,
though.
Yeah, all
I guess
hoodies, hats,
that might be
sleeves,
forgivable.
Yeah.
Only one?
Yeah, man.
All right.
But the Michelin is definitely, and I have another Michelin S that I haven't worn yet because I got 2 Michelin S. Yeah. But other than that, I was like, yeah, everything else is given to me too. Yeah.
No, you're rocking Steelers gear though. You got a hat, black and gold hat too, with your signature phrase.
This the Yes Indeed right here. Y'all already know that's on the website. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on the Teesprings or on arthurmoats.com, man, you can find the Yes Indeed collection, baby. But yeah, man, I just wanted to let Ryan McPherson know that I am in Steelers gear, Steelers colors. Nobody else's. I ain't even got my college colors on today. I'm just throwing that out there, all right? Yeah. So with that being said, man, let's start the show like how we normally start the show. Let us know where you are tuning in from in the chat, and we'll give you those big boy shout outs. Let's get it.
I'm seeing my face on the YouTube channel right now.
What you mean you seeing your face?
On the actual... video that pops up that everyone sees.
How do you look? Do you look nice?
My stash ain't showing up. Has my stash gotten that weak these days?
See, it's different because I'm looking like in person, but
it ain't showing up anymore.
Let me check the
wow.
Let me check the tape. Yeah, you are a little.
It's
thin.
bad. It's light.
On the tape is. On the tape is thin. Oh my god! Why is it thin on camera?
No biggie.
Sheesh.
I just got to give it some time.
It's definitely a little thinner on camera, bro.
Because I've had some good stashes over these last couple years.
Some fire stashes.
This is just a disappointing version. Very disappointing.
It looked almost like you was cutting it. And yeah, you might not have done it all the way right. Was you messing with it?
No, I didn't do that. I just shaved the beard, and this is what I had.
Oh, okay.
And I guess it wasn't enough.
A little premature, man.
Right. I needed it for week 1, though, of the franchise. I needed some cower power.
I could dig that.
I really needed to. Okay. First couple people. Let's give them some shout-outs.
Let's do it.
Noam, the 613, Ottawa, Canada.
Let's go.
Tito Whitaker, Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas, 817.
I like that.
Pittsburgh, Toddy, 86, enjoying the sunshine in Tucson, Arizona.
Let's go. Shout out to Tucson.
Rashawn Jackson, the 803, South Carolina.
Okay.
Dippin' Dots just says, you don't have a stash. on camera right now.
Yeah, bro. Like, in person,
People
it
can't
looks
even see
normal. In person, you can see it fine. The camera, yeah, bro. That thing's, super duper light.
Lifted Ones 916 in the house. Who are y'all favorite comedians? Chappelle.
All time, man. I'm an Eddie Murphy dude, bro. Like, but it's raw and delirious. That version of Eddie, yeah. Like, it's my nostalgia. That's kind of like what I was watching. Then after that, you got your OGs, your Bernie Mac. That's the other one. R.I.P. to him. Yeah, I'll put them too. They're my guys. Dude, I love me some comedy too. Oh, I love me some comedy, man.
I gotta go Chappelle. You know who I thought was overrated early on? Kevin Hart, but I've really come around to him. I've seen some of his recent stand-ups. I think they're really good.
See, I liked a lot of his older stand-ups. Yeah. I feel like now, man, sometimes I feel like it's a little forced. Yeah.
He's out there in a lot of movies.
He is. But it's like he's like deemed as he has to always be the funny guy. So it's like everything you say doesn't have to be funny. But I feel like at times he tries to have every single thing he say be funny.
Leah Warren, the 254, Killeen, Texas.
Oh, you know she pulling up at Killeen, Texas. Let's get it.
Yeah, Craig Ellis says, you can't see it, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. It's the thought that counts, though, man.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Just take my word for it, people. He has a mustache.
Rashawn Jackson, Q. I'm really from the 610, close to Dorney.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
Now, question. As you know, I would never rock the no mustache look. I don't think
mustache.
That's not my look.
You go goatee.
I would goatee. I can't go no mustache. Okay.
Yeah.
I would even shave my chin hair before I went no mustache. Could you go no mustache though? Have you ever done no mustache look?
What?
Just
all the time.
I don't be seeing that. No.
Yeah.
I see just mustache, no beard.
No, dude.
You shave the mustache and keep like the chin hair and stuff?
No, I go either.
Or like completely empty.
Yeah, I've gone completely clean shaven.
Yeah, I'm talking.
I usually let the beard grow to a certain point, and then I'll either go clean shaven again, or sometimes I'll keep the stash.
Bro, I swear,
and then
I feel like
once I keep the stash, I'll let the beard grow again a little bit.
I feel like I've always seen you have something on your top lip. Always, not even trying to sound weird, but it's like I feel like I've always seen you with some
it's usually
type of
like
there, bro.
For a good week and a half stretch where it'll be noticeably clean shaven, but then everything outside of that, you're right.
And it's not on the bye week. I feel like you might be doing this on the show bye week when we on vacation or something. You'd be like, you know what, man, I'm going no mustache this week. That's what I feel like you be on.
You had to ask me over this last year. The amount of times I was clean shaven, I'm saying, damn, less than once a month probably. So I mean, that's to your point. It's not that common, but no, I've mixed it up all the time though.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. The stash was actually first instituted back whenever I shaved the eyebrow and did all that stuff.
You didn't shave the stash
I had the huge, because I lost the bet. I had that huge beard because we won 11 games.
I remember that.
And then we lost to the Commanders. So I remember that. And I did something funny. I'm like, let me just do a stash. And then I kind of liked it.
Right.
And then for the next week or two, I kept it. But then I made the bet with Coochie, man. And he's like, dude, if the Steelers lose, you have to shave your stash and an eyebrow. I'm like, all right, whatever.
So because of the eyebrow, it made us all forget about the stash. That's what it probably was.
Kind of, for a little bit.
Because I never saw the
Then
stash,
I started rocking it again that offseason.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I kind of liked it. And then, yeah, it's been hit or miss. Stash, beard, clean shaven.
Yeah, I was like, I never noticed the stash when you came in here missing an eyebrow. Who would have thought?
Any more you want to shout out here?
Actually, no, we good. Let me see. I was over here multitasking, man. I'm back now. All right, I got a couple over here. I got Robert Bennett. He tuned in from the 757 Hampton University. Shout out to Hampton. Let's go, man. I got a chance to watch them play Norfolk State on TNT. I think that was last weekend, man, when they were celebrating the HBCUs, man. So salute Hampton, man. Always good to feel that touch at home. Rod Dollar tuning in from the 330. And he said, it's definitely not Cleveland, bruh. Yeah, don't get that twisted. He is not from Cleveland. He's from Shoreline, baby. Absolutely. All right. We also got Jay Falane, bro, and the 216 faux show. Respect. I like it. And then I will end it with Rashawn Jackson. I don't know what I was talking about right there. Tune in from the 610 Allentown, PA. 2 hours from Philly, 5 hours from Pitt. Shout out to the 610. Now I know where it's located at. All righty.
So if we're hopping into Super Chats, you might have to take care of the first couple.
All good. So we got the homie AJ Martinez. He tuning in, and the plan is this. Probably like 45. 45 we'll try to start on some of them prospects too, man. I want to make sure we get those guys on the front end, because we can always come back and get the supers on the back end. All right, AJ Martinez, he says, yo, let's go. Yes, I said go. It should be go. Ballroom Blitz. I want Blitzburg back. Could you imagine the pressure the front end puts to add blitzes coming on the back end any given time? No, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you. We got to create havoc. Ain't nothing better than that. I like it. Official Momentum. Shout out to Official Mo. He says, happy Thursday to all. Moats and Deke. No, not happy Thursday. Happy Friday, Junior. Come on, man. You know you introduced that to me. I don't know if anyone else started.
One day away from Official Momentum down at Rivers.
Uh-oh. D got that promo for you. Seen that? You see that we plugged in. So salute you though, baby. Then we got Jacob Alicio. In parentheses, cut Deontay, and he's just gifting 1 Arthur Moats membership. So salute you and
okay, I'm caught up.
Oh, you are? All right.
And that membership was to Tidal Green. Congratulations.
Shout out to Tidal Green, and welcome to the Upper Room. Yes, indeed. And speaking of the Upper Room, man, I think that Broderick Jones film session is still available to the Upper Room exclusively right now. Might be changing that a little bit, but yeah, man. So make sure all my Upper Room people, y'all take advantage of some of those early drops that come to you guys, all right?
Steelers Road Warrior. Lakers got their team. Better shout out to the GM.
Hey, man, LeBron was just enjoying his night, man. He just been having a good couple of days. Let him chill. It probably was why Russ was pissed. He knew he was getting traded.
Who's the guy they got, though? He dated Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Malik Beasley. Yeah, and he's dating Scottie Pippen.
Apparently,
Jr. is on the Lakers roster, but he's in the G League. Yeah, yep. So that part was funny, and then the other part that had me laughing was when Patrick Beverly, when the trade for D'Angelo Russell came in, he's like, "Yo, got the gang back together." And if you just say he just got traded, I'm like, I literally just saw that tweet a couple hours ago. That's crazy. Yeah.
Steeler Nation on fire. Dobbs and the Steelers are like those couples that always find a way to get back together. Yeah. Writing in the NFL script. Laugh my ass off.
Sound about right. It definitely sounds about right.
I hope so. I do hope so. I don't know what's going to happen with this Mitch situation, because now I'm starting to get talked into keeping him a little bit.
You want to get talked into keeping Mitch?
Well, the thing is, we're going to have to pay a backup anyway. Mm-hmm. So if he's going to have this $10 million cap hit, if we cut him, we have $8 million in savings. That means there's going to be, no matter what, a $2 million dead cap because of Mitch Trubisky. And then we bring in someone else like a Brissett or a Dobbs. How much are they going to want? Are they looking for around $5 million? Because that's what Brissett's deals have been these last couple years.
He hasn't had more than that. I think
right there.
Yeah, Brissett's best deal was probably Indy a couple years ago.
Yeah, 5. I think he got like 4.6 or 4.7 with the Browns. So if you combine Mitch's dead cap with whatever new backup quarterback we bring in, that's going to be around like $7 million.
Yeah.
So that's only $3 million in savings. Would we rather just keep Mitch? If you think Mitch is the better quarterback, in case Kenny goes down.
I was literally going to ask, do you think Mitch is better than Brissett, and do you think Mitch is better than maybe – is Keenum's available this offseason as well?
I'd take Mitch over both of them. Yeah.
Okay. Those were the two big names I thought of off the top of my head. I have to look again. But, okay.
Now, if you could cut Mitch and you get Dobbs for like $2 million, and then you draft your third quarterback in like the 6th or 7th round, and that means you would probably save, a total of $5 or $6 million. That's a little bit more significant, at least, where you could bring in whatever position you're looking for out there. Free agent cornerback, who knows, another linebacker. So I don't know. I mean, I could be talked into keeping Mitch a little bit right now.
Yeah, for me,
weirdly enough.
But
I don't know if he wants to be back, though.
I was going to say that's my whole issue. I don't have to get talked into him staying. If he wanted to stay, I would love him here. My issue is I don't know if he actually wants to be here, because outside of Mr. Rooney saying what he said, where have we had any type of like everything points to him already being ready to roll up out of this thing. So that's kind of why I look at it like that. But yeah, if he ever wanted to stay, man, of course it's a no-brainer because like you talk about, the money makes sense. And when we're looking at the comparable backups, unless you're trying to draft a guy in the first round to be better than Kenny Pickett, unless you're trying to sign a free agent that you're looking to be better than Kenny Pickett, Mitch is the guy. Mitch is that perfect bridge, backup, safety. You feel confident in his ability, but he's not going to threaten Kenny in the sense of just him being here makes him look over his shoulder. So, yeah, he does fit everything we want if he wants to be here. We just, based on what he said, remember, he regret the decision, decided too fast, fair opportunity, and all that other stuff. That's the part for me where I'm just like, I don't know. It doesn't seem on the surface that he has a strong desire to stay here. That's all.
I wonder what his other options will be.
He plays quarterback. You know how that goes.
Like, if he doesn't get a legitimate chance to compete, it would make sense for him to stay.
Only from a Steelers perspective. Because think about it.
But no, what I'm saying is if he doesn't get a legitimate chance to compete, like what if someone doesn't have an open quarterback competition for him out there?
What I'm saying is this. From the Steelers perspective, it makes sense because what? If Kenny were to ever go down, he's your luxury. But no matter how well he plays, is he ever going to get a legitimate opportunity to start over Kenny next season? No. So it does not make sense for him. I don't think it makes the best sense. Could you put it in the equation? Sure. But I look at it and I say, man, you take that same situation and you go in somewhere else where they don't look at that quarterback like that, or they don't view Mitch like how we view him here in Pittsburgh. I think that's the better option for him because then it's a fresh start. He go out there and he play like he played. Think about when he played the Bucs this year and he came in and did what he did, right? If he does that anywhere else, they looking at him like, yup, I love this, man. He could be the guy. What we say here, people were hating on it. People were trying to do everything but give him credit for it. It's like, man, you don't want to keep dealing with that. That helps the team, but that don't help him. Yeah.
I'm just thinking money. You got a guaranteed like $8 million base
salary in that
here.
element, sure.
Whereas you would take less money somewhere else, and if you're not guaranteed a shot to compete, it just might make sense to stick around here. No. But you're right, to your point. If another quarterback goes down somewhere else, he has a better chance to maybe carve out a long-term role or potentially, maybe be their long-term starter if he plays well.
Like, as simple as this sounds, I think of Baker Mayfield's situation in L.A. right now with the Rams. It's like, bro, this dude is looked at drastically different than if he were to be in Cleveland right now in any capacity because he doesn't have any of the negative up there in L.A. In Cleveland, no matter what he does, we're going to think of what? Hey, man, we didn't see him stink it up out here in Cleveland before. If you're a Browns fan, you're going to be like, man, I believe it. No, I don't believe it. I didn't see him mess it up before. In L.A., they ain't looking at him like that. They say, hey, man, you know what? We like this. Hey, maybe you're the backup to Stafford. Maybe you push Stafford. Maybe you help us move on from Stafford. But it's just a little bit more optimism because it's that different scene and there's no baggage that came with him out there. Whereas when you stay, if he were to go back to Carolina, regardless of what he does, is going to be baggage there. And that's the thing I think with Mitch, he's going to have here, regardless of if it's fair or not. I just think that that's always going to come with him
now. So we're at 4:44. You want to skip the super chats and get to the prospects?
Nah, we'll stay with the supers. We'll hit the prospects on the back end.
Okay.
I believe in us. I think we'll be efficient today.
Fish Momentum Ambition live tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
You heard him.
Jacob Alessio, for Steelers fans, please no basketball talk today.
No, we're going to talk hoops. We talk everything we want to talk in here. Hey, did you see? No, play.
Steeler Nation on fire. Westbrook gone. Thank God.
I do kind of like, I kind of like Westbrook. My problem is like, he just don't fit. He ain't fit what we was doing this year. But I liked him. I like his game.
I sent out a tweet once he got traded. Is Westbrook's career over? I honestly thought that. I'm like, who's actually going to sign him and bring him in?
He's about to get bought out, right?
He's going to get bought out. But I was just like, who's going to bring him in? I feel like he's a disaster everywhere he goes because of the fit. Now, you appreciate the heart and the effort, but he's a tough basketball fit these days.
The only reason,
his lack of shooting.
But the only reason he's a tough fit is because of the contract. That's
true.
That's the issue.
That's true, too.
Yeah. No one trips on Russ if he's not making 40. But we know what Russ makes. Ever since he signed his deal in OKC, you look at the track record. It's just like, bro, it's been bad after bad after bad after bad. This is, I think, the last year of the deal. But it's like, man, that's what makes Russ look terrible right now. Because you can't justify paying him that much and you say he's a role player. or he's a sixth man, because you're supposed to be a force multiplier. When you get paid, like, it's no different. We talk football and we're like, hey, if I'm gonna pay you 18 mil, I expect you to make this and that position potentially be better. With Russ, that's what they were expecting when they signed him. OKC signed him, but since then, it never have been to that extent for various reasons. Some is fit, some is health, some is the team. But either way, it just hasn't lived up to that type of money. But the problem is, he's a multiple MVP. We know his record, his accolades, like who he is. So to get him off of that number, now he's looking at it as you're disrespecting him. But if he really looked at it and was like, yo, if I take less, I can get in a better situation, extend this career, and actually get somewhere where I can ball out and have a better piece around me, it works out for him. But that's that pride part. And everybody's different. I ain't gonna ever tell a person to take less money when I know what you got to put your body through to even get out there. So I get it, but I think that's the crossroad that he's at right now. You either take less and get you in a better situation, or you keep saying this is my number, and yeah, you might get lucky and end up in one other place before it's all said and done.
Right. And money aside, and you brought up the pride, how does he view himself? Because he could either go the Iverson approach, where it was just a drop off immediately once teams started to view him as a role player. Right. Then I was going to bring him up. Russ strikes me more Iverson than Melo.
But he gave me Melo this year. Think about it. He started coming off the bench. 6 man. Should have messed around. He might mess around with 6 man of the year.
Are other teams going to give him that role, though?
Well,
Lakers kind of did it out of necessity.
No, this is the thing. I think that he could do it because of LeBron and him. That dynamic, you make a sacrifice for that type of player. Where are you going where you're going to have that type of player that you
That's what I mean. Do you trust another team or another player to do something like that?
Unless I'm going to Giannis with the Bucks, where I think it's a guarantee I get back to the finals. Outside of him, I don't know.
That's why I questioned. Is his career over?
Yeah.
Is he going to view himself as like, oh, I'm only like a 10-point per game guy coming off the bench?
Nah.
Obviously, he's not going to be getting the same money anymore.
No.
But we know what type. He's not a personality, but the name and what Russell Westbrook
has a lot that comes with it, man.
Just because how he plays.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will pick him up because after I tweeted that out, everyone was telling me all the teams that are interested in him right now, like the Heat and the Clippers.
I just want to say, Jacob, that wasn't me that brought up basketball this time. That was Steeler Nation on fire and Deke. They see, I'm innocent. Just throwing that out there.
Ryan McPherson, Moats, I'm glad you proved me wrong. Black and gold.
There it is. Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Hey, Deke told me, man, I could go other places to get an appetite as long as I come home to eat, all right? He said, that's the way of the world. That's how I got to live. So, I'm just taking it in stride. Here it is, man. I was over there. I was looking over there. I got a little hungry, so I time to eat. You know what I mean? We're good.
Tydell Green, all this bashing on TB12 and LeBron, I don't get it. We might never see what these boys been doing for years to come. Appreciate greatness.
You know how it is, Tydell, man. People feel inadequate, man. They can't just appreciate that greatness. They got to knock it down. They got to hate on it. They got to say, it is not that great. Hey, man, I'm glad that you can enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. Hope everybody else is enjoying it.
Jacob Malesio, cut Deontay.
He keeps it consistent. I love the name, bro.
He still has it on his username.
He keeps it consistent, bro.
It says Moats the GOAT and Deke the Freak.
Well, is that the tongue out? So wild.
Justin Gordon, West Adams, LA, checking in.
Let's go. Shout out to LA.
Official Momentum saying Ambition's making a little tour.
Uh-oh.
He's going to the Craft House next Friday.
Let's go.
8 p.m.
Let's go. I wonder if him and AB collabed. How you think that'll work out?
Ambition?
Yeah.
Have they collabed in the past, or you're saying
I don't know, but what if they did collab?
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Just think they got the Pittsburgh connection. Is both right here. Just made me think of it. I don't know.
I feel like I could see it.
They both got names. Both got history. Not at Ambition, not the negative history. But you catch what I'm saying. They both got, because the Pretty Ricky, and then that's what I meant. Like, you know what I mean.
Steeler Nation on fire. The end of a great era. Ben the GOAT, Brady the Cheater, Breeze the weak legs, and soon to be retired Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Rodgers is the last of a dying breed right now.
Yeah.
He's the only one out there.
Dang, hold on.
Unless you want to throw Russ in there, but it kind of got
he was the baby.
thrown into a different era there.
Yeah, Russ isn't a part
Russ
of that.
and Stafford I think they're like the only quarterbacks in that era.
Well, technically Cousins.
2010s?
Technically Cousins.
Oh my, yeah, I guess you're right.
Y'all just don't like him because he was a late round pick.
Right.
He's in there as well. He's definitely in there. Tannehill, low key. He's another one.
Where was he? Like 2012?
Miami, yeah, 12 down in Miami. Because I'm thinking of all the quarterbacks like when I was from Buffalo who were like the new names. Yeah, Russ, Tannehill. Because Cousins was backing up
the only
RG.
two Hall of Famers are Russ and Stafford. Stafford potentially.
Yeah, because
whereas like all those other
gone.
dudes from the early 2000s, there's like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
Then you're talking about Rivers or Ryan potentially being on the borderline.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's nobody
Ryan's
else,
kind
bro.
of in between because wasn't he? He was 07, so he wasn't early 2000.
To me, Ryan is with Ben's class. Like I always classify Matt Ryan with Ben. I just said he was like the bottom tier or the start of the next wave of those quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that's how I looked at him.
But yeah, it's over.
Dang, bro.
It's up to Rodgers to keep it going.
Yo, this is crazy. Yeah, we just going through these.
Matt Ryan's still playing, I guess. Technically, he should retire though.
I'm about to say where he gonna be playing next year.
He hasn't announced retirement.
He going to the XFL? Where he going, man? where USFL? Where he at next year? Let me stop playing with Matt. Like I ain't playing with your name, Matt. I am not playing with your name like that.
Steeler Nation on fire. Lakers got their team. Oh no, I already read this. So hold on, I think I'm caught up. What was that last one I just read?
The Tom Brady one. Yeah, the end of the era. So it should be Ryan McPherson.
I got it. He says, I'm flying out next season to see at least one game and visit family.
Oh, let's go.
What home game do Yins recommend I go to? I was at the Jets game this year, and the experience was fire. Oh, that's a great game to be at. Pickett's first appearance. Place got electric in the second half.
So what are you thinking, man? What game you telling them?
I got to see our opponents. We don't have the schedule.
We don't know what time. Yeah, we know who we play. We just don't know the time yet.
I always like the October and later games.
You know, if you can catch
if you
can catch a December Baltimore, a December Cleveland, a December Cincinnati, I always recommend them ones because those are always just insane. Whether you're talking the stakes, whether you're talking, usually it's cold weather. Most of the time it's 4:00 or prime time start, so you're gonna get that vibe with it. Yeah, I would recommend one of those personally.
Home games we have. Kind of weak this year.
Yeah, it's a little mid, bro.
Last year you had the Brady Bucks. That was one to go to. Raiders.
Like
Christmas Eve.
you got potential. Like San Fran, that'd be straight. Jacksonville, the new wave of them, sure.
Oh yeah, Jacksonville would be cool. Packers are
Green
classic.
Bay is questionable though. Like, is it Green Bay with Rodgers or are they in the reset? That's my only thing with them because if we're talking just brands, like Green Bay and the Patriots have big brands. So yes, it's cool, but like the Patriots, like I don't know how you view that one. Like, does it still have the same feel?
I think it depends on when it is. Like the Patriots Week 2 game this year didn't have the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Patriots
Yeah,
vibe
it didn't feel the same
as if it would have been, in December, November. Because if the Patriots are still in the mix for the playoffs,
right? I think it'd hit different.
And we're in the mix for the playoffs. It's November. That would be a really good game to go to.
Yeah.
Packers might even be cool with Jordan Love just because of the franchise thing. Like, we're not going to see the Packers back at Heinz Field for another 4 years. Or no, I think it's 8 years because then we go to Green Bay again. But now, since they added that 17th game, there's a whole different rotation so maybe a Packers game could sneak in there.
Tennessee's going to be physical. If you want to see some big hits, if you want to see, like, the ultimate defense and special teams type vibe with those two coaches. Yeah.
If that Jaguars one's a Sunday night, that'd be a good one.
I think that Jaguars game has action, bro. Two young quarterbacks, man. The next like wave of teams like trying to compete in the AFC.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had that late September Sunday night.
Yeah. Weather's
still kind of good.
Yeah.
That's one that he should be looking at, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one is Ichi Franklin joining the upper room.
Hey, shout out to Ichi Franklin and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Dippin' Dots 21, just giving us some support.
Thank you. Shout out to Dippin' Dots. And I think, yes, it actually is Dippin' Dots and it's one other person. I wanted to make sure that I actually gave y'all an update. Because, everybody else stuff is completely sent out. Think it was 2 that I was waiting. Oh, who are you? Where are you at? No, it wasn't Dippin' Dots. No, it was good on him. Dang, I'm going to have to go back and look at that email again. But I got 2 items I forgot to send out. Well, I didn't forget to send out. I had to wait to get some stuff done. But they're on the way. Everybody else should have their stuff either en route or already there to you. So salute y'all.
Justin Gordon, yo, it's 215 watching right now. Why not 215 likes? Come on, y'all, get it together.
Hey man, you heard what Justin said. And actually, the number is up, so we need to keep them likes going up, baby. It's a simple concept. You watch, you click like, and you roll with it. And if you haven't subscribed, just hit that subscribe button and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's typically how we roll with this thing, man. Bro, we were clean and concise with those supers right there, man. A couple minutes to spare. I did want to get sidetracked for just a quick second, bro. I saw some of the people in here talking about the UFC because we gotta fight this weekend, bro. We got this one this weekend, man. We got. Remember that young Khabib dude we was talking about, Islam Makhachev? Remember how he destroyed Charles Oliveira, Mr. Dubronx, my dude? Well, he's fighting again against Alexander Volkanovski. Now, Volk, yeah, you know Volk. Volk is that dude. Volk moving up in this fight. All right, he fighting up right here. But this is fun because. I mean, whoever wins this, if Volk wins this, Volk gonna be number one pound for pound. I know Makhachev trying to tap
and
into
all the
that.
MMA.
Yeah. So it's like a big deal, man. But this is gonna be a big challenge though, cause Islam, bro, he looked big. He looks really big compared to Volk. And the problem is, if Volk get on the ground, man, Volk don't stand a chance against Islam. But if Volk can stand up and strike and do what he do, could be interesting. Problem is,
his ground game's that bad.
No, it's not that his ground game is that bad. It's just that Islam's that good. Remember we said Charles Oliveira, right? The record for the most submissions on the ground, he had him scared to get down there. And then when he got down there, I ain't never seen him get choked out like that before. Like, it looked easy. That's scary because I know he's a killer. He's an assassin. Like, I've seen what he done to, like, some elites. So when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, Volk, I stay away from the ground. Whatever you do. Whatever you do. But it's got me excited, though, man. I got me excited, man.
So that's it? Are there 2 or 3 others on the card?
I mean, that's the one I'm caring about. I got that one, and then I got John Jones coming up in 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Yeah, out in Vegas, March 4th, that weekend.
Who's he going up against?
Cyril Gahn for the belt. Yeah, I might mess around and go to that one. I'm contemplating it right now, bro. I love John Jones. It's in Vegas.
That'd be cool.
Can't go wrong, right? Maybe make a family trip out of it or something. I don't know.
You see the Steelers play at Vegas next year.
I did see that.
That's wild. I mean, that would be wild.
Yeah. Look, before I even saw that the Steelers were playing out there, you know who saw first? My father-in-law. He loves Vegas. He hit me up. Yo, Steelers play here. You coming out here? You come? We can meet Vegas. Come on now. I'm just like, bro, we ain't got this guy. I don't know what day it is yet, but
isn't he on the East Coast?
He's on the West Coast. He's in Cali.
Oh.
Yeah. He's in Cali. So
was that recent?
No. He's always out there. Yeah,
really?
He's always been out there. Yeah. He's always been out there in Cali. Mother-in-law on the East Coast. So, yeah. Yeah, but I'm digging the whole Vegas vibe potentially, man.
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to take over that stadium.
I think so as well, bro. Steelers Nation in Vegas. Oh, yeah. It's going to be nuts.
People here.
It's going to be nuts, bro. It's going to be nuts, bro.
So 459.
So yeah, you're good. We're good. We got any other supers? I'm gonna get ready
I got a few more. I could read them all.
All right, so I get ready to call Rob real quick, man, and we'll start chatting up with him as we start turning the page, talk a little Super Bowl along with some potential cornerback prospects for the squad, for the gang. You know we need all the action. We need all that.
So Gorilla Mode says, Moats, you a John Jones guy? Hype to see him back in the ring.
Clearly. In the cage, yes. Not out the cage. I got to specify. You know, it's kind of like talking about AB. In the cage, yeah. Not out the cage. In the cage, I rocks with him, though. Absolutely. That's my dude. Like, because that's my generation. Like, I grew up, that was the fighter I was watching. You know, so, yeah. In the cage. Emphasis on in the cage.
Sean McCartney says, I know you did a breakdown on the defensive line. Could you do more on guys who could go inside? I understand Carter, but I feel like we won't be able to get him.
Oh, yeah. In terms of the D-line, absolutely, yeah. Like, I still want to come back. We're going to talk the cat from Baylor. It's a couple other guys I wanted to talk about. It's just, like I said, this first, like, week and a half that we've been introducing.
Just 3 at a time.
Yeah,
right?
Just kind of like the top 3 because I was more so focusing on 17 and pick 32, or if we were going to combine to move up in that first round. That's kind of been the focus. But yeah, trust me, we're going to definitely start tapping into some of those other prospects as well because there's 7 rounds in this draft, baby. So, you know, we got to talk about all of them.
Right. If we're talking about E.J. Perry last year, I'd assume we get to this Baylor defensive tackle at some point.
Absolutely. All right, let me call my dude up, see what we got on that end. Bro, this track is so loud, but you hit that volume one time.
Hello?
Yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Is that my partner?
That's good, brother.
Hey, man. All right. It's time for me to do my little intro. Y'all about to get me feeling real extra over here. Hey, Deke, this my man's right here, Deke. All right, let me talk real quick. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this cat that we on the phone with right now came into the NFL in that 2010 draft class. You know, the best draft class of all time, might I add.
Yes, sir.
7th round selection to the Carolina Panthers out of the University of Connecticut. We're not going to talk about that just yet. We're going to spend block on you, though. All right? But once he got into the league, man, had an 8-year career, 3 seasons with the Carolina Panthers, 3 with the Atlanta Falcons. Then after that, he had stints with the Chargers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Was the starting nickel corner on that Panthers team doing their Super Bowl run as well. And me and this dude, we got history in the sense that, Deke, check this out, B. 18-year-old Arthur Moats. 18-year-old Arthur Moats met 18-year-old Robert McClain on our first high school visits in Kent State. Of all schools, man, Debo old school, bro. That's where this whole thing started out, man. So, Rob, first off, bro, I appreciate you taking some time to jump on the spot with us, man.
No problem, man. I appreciate you, man.
No, absolutely, man. We done came a long way now that I think about it, too, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. When I think back to that time, the time has passed, man. Should we getting up there now, brother?
Hey, not you getting up there. You old. I'm not old. I just want to let you know I'm in my early 30s. You're in your mid 30s. I just want to throw that out there. All right. Just let the congregation know that. Okay.
I'm cool with that.
But man, let's chop it up, man, because obviously we know this is Super Bowl week. Super Bowl coming up on Sunday, and for me, man, I like to speak on my experiences. But you know me, I never played in the Super Bowl. I got to an AFC Championship game. I could talk the heck out that experience. But, you know, I ain't never make that, man, to the confetti game. And obviously, you did get a chance to go on one of those runs, man, in 2015. If you could, man, just talk a little bit about what that Super Bowl week was like for you guys back then, man.
Yeah, it was crazy because, you know, both teams are anticipating going to the Super Bowl. So, you know, those NFC, AFC Championship games are huge, you know, and I was blessed and lucky enough to play in 2 of them, you know, lose one and win one. But, you know, the Super Bowl week is hectic. But, you know, just being allowed to have that extra week of practice allows your body to heal up. And, I mean, it's game day as usual for the players, you know, besides all the cameras and things. You know, all the guys are kind of used to all that stuff, and the media kind of heckling us to get more information as who's going to win the game. You know, that's pretty much what it's all about these 2 weeks prior to the game. Getting all this stuff ready for Vegas and, you know, getting the bets right. So see who can really guess the game and the probabilities, I guess, you know. But for the most part, it's business as usual for the players, you know. And, you know, we just got to get used to this doing extra stuff during that time. You know, that was really only the difference.
Well, shoot, the thing that I always laugh at is during this time frame, you start seeing them wacky questions come out. Or you go through the media days, and it's like, bro, what are they thinking? How do y'all, like, stay even, like, locked in when you got to do that type of stuff? Because that is slightly different, I feel like, than what we typically have to address with our regular open locker room time, you know?
Yeah. It's a lot of obligations, a lot of things that will distract you. But, you know, all the guys are, you know how the season is, Arthur. You know how the season's so long, man. You work so long in the office.
Straight grind, so bruh.
Yeah, so when you get to that game, you know, everybody's so locked in on the mission, you know, on the objective of getting that win. You know, I mean, it's fun to get a little relaxation of, you know, just the quirky questions sometime, and the people saying, "Oh, who's your favorite celebrity? You think they're going to be at the game?" and this and that. You know, just to build the excitement of the game. You know, just to see the personal experiences. But yeah, but for the most part, you know, just like you and I, you know, the guys are locked in, man. The guys, nothing's really distracting the guys. Everybody's pretty much tunnel vision, locked in, because you know you work so long just for that game.
Bro, it's the pinnacle, bro. This is like the dream.
Yeah, and I remember watching my first Super Bowl. I think it was the Rams versus somebody, and I remember watching them win against the Titans. I believe that was my first Super Bowl I really watched fully. When that guy stretched over for that.
Oh
goal
line yeah. Was that Dyson?
Yeah. No, Eddie George. Eddie was some. I forgot.
Yeah, dude, I remember that suit. That was, bro. That was a while. Yeah. That's what, 6th grade, low key. Now that I think about it.
Game on turf.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did someone actually ask you who your favorite celebrity is?
Yeah. There was one person there that asked me something about some movies or whatnot, but there's so many crazy questions.
It's getting stupider and getting way less funny.
Yeah,
the more
it's
time
getting way
goes
less
on.
about football and more about like just things that are trending. You know, it's like there's no telling now.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad and like I was seeing some of it. It's become like too popular and mainstream to see
ask
you can
like them
ask
crazy
the
questions.
stupidest question.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like everybody's asking the usual, so it's not outlierish enough for people to catch people's eyes.
Although
you know?
Sirianni's was hilarious. Is this
What
a
they asked- I
must-win
missed-
game?
Oh Lord.
He just said yeah.
Hey, so when I think of some of them questions, what would you say was probably the craziest thing that somebody asked you while you was out there, man?
I didn't get a lot of crazy ones. You know, I'm a corner, so I wasn't that big Pro Bowl guy that they really trying to look to get probably a lot of crazy questions. I'm trying to think of some of the crazy questions because that Super Bowl that I played in with in Carolina against Denver, it was so long ago.
Yeah, y'all, but y'all had some characters on y'all squad though, bro.
Yeah,
y'all
we did.
Yeah.
We was dancing
Offense,
pregame,
defense.
yeah, everybody we had about 30 hands. Everybody had about 30 handshakes all together.
I'm about to say, look, hey, and now that I think about it, that's the same year you got the Josh Norman, Odell, like, oh, that's
Yep.
y'all had one.
We was a pack, man. We were good. We were very close to the team, man. We were very close to the team. It was unfortunate that team got broken apart.
Yeah,
but that team was very close, man. Because there was a lot of things that would happen. You know, that happens in the games, individually, one-on-one battles that a lot of players and teammates don't really see. But that defense and offense, especially teams, they really fought together. We really fought together, man. It really did.
Nah, without a doubt.
Okay, I have one big question from that game.
Uh-oh. He ain't even warm up to it. He just hopped right into the big question. Lord.
Okay, you go first then. You go first.
I was going to give you a warm-up one. I know.
Go with the warm-up question.
I give him the warm-up one?
Yeah,
All right. I got the warm-up question for you. Night of the game / morning of the game, man. What's that like for you, bro?
Oh yeah, shoot. Man, I'm ready to go.
Because I know you one of them psycho killers anyways. You feel me?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me, man. Like for me, I have to really be I hate night games because you have to wait all day for the game.
But you think about it the whole time. It's the worst.
Yeah. Luckily, we're playing in San Francisco, so the game's gonna be on early no matter what. So it's kind of like still like a 1 o'clock game, 2 o'clock game. It was like 3 o'clock. I just remember the sun kind of setting like real nice out there.
Yeah.
Before the game ended up getting kind of late and towards the end, but night before, man, it's difficult for me, man. Like I have to really be exhausted, like watching something I really don't want to watch. Put myself to sleep around maybe 1, 2 o'clock, and I wake up around 6 still. Wake up around 6 just amped and ready. So I'm like, I'm wired for the game, man. I'm the wrong one to be around before the game.
Someone say, "Yo, Rob, chill, bro. You got chill, man."
Yeah. I have to IV after my warm up. I have to get an IV.
Oh yeah. You on that time? Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not that I do a lot of running in my warm up. I'm just that.
No.
I'm excited about the game.
What were your thoughts going in facing off against Peyton Manning at that time? But at the same time, Denver's got good receivers in Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. You're probably thinking like, Peyton noodle arm. I don't even know if you can get him the ball. But then you got to go up against these good receivers.
Yeah. But for the most part, as I got towards the tail end of my career, it really wasn't about the receiver because the offense still the receivers have to go to a spot. And the guys it's all about like spacing in the NFL. So, towards the tail end of my career, when I watch film, you obviously watch the matchups you have to have in one-on-one matchups. Those are going to be some of your most difficult plays or plays that you're going to be matched up with guys in one-on-one scenarios and zone coverages and whatnot, which offenses know what you're in for the most part. Those are going to be your most difficult plays. But coming into that game, thinking about Peyton Manning and their offense, Peyton Manning had that neck injury that year also, and his arm wasn't as strong. So he didn't get sacked a lot that year, but he was also just tossing the ball literally.
He was really good at faking getting sacked. I don't know if you.
Exactly.
I just wanted to just throw that out there for the record once again. Yeah, when I think of that 2015 season. It was a fake sack that might have changed.
Yeah,
the
we should have been in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, now that you said that, Rob, we should have been linked up, Rob. Yeah, that was us.
Yep. I think I remember seeing New England play. I remember watching the film in New England and Denver in the AFC Championship, and I was like, man, I just remember one team wasn't really supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just remember watching. I remember watching the game, the divisional game, and like, man, I think there was one team wasn't supposed to be there, but we're really watching it for like film purposes. I wasn't watching the game for like scores but it's like I'm like, man, this team ain't supposed to be here. Denver looked horrible on offense, and it was just crazy how they got into the Super Bowl that season. I mean, their defense put in work.
It was insane.
So. Okay. But yeah, Peyton Manning, his arm was a just like you said, he wasn't able to throw pretty much past 40 yards. He wasn't able to throw the deep ball, so everything was short. But he was able to get long plays that season because corners were sitting, and they were like, oh, his arm's not strong, but he could still toss it enough to where the guys can get yak, and that's how he kind of made his plays that season. So I believe he only passed for 117 yards that Super Bowl. So
yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. 8.6 QBR. 0 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Bro, what?
141 yards.
Yeah, Deke, man, don't get me sick to my stomach, man. It's like PTSD thinking about that. At halftime, our entire defense, I didn't have a drip of sweat on my jersey.
Son, that is crazy.
Yeah,
I know he played. I knew he wasn't doing nothing. I knew he ain't doing nothing. That's crazy.
They scored their first points really on defense because I think
wasn't Vaughn.
No, I'm looking at the play-by-play. There was a fumble return to the house.
Yeah, we're backed up on that. So Cam ended up fumbling, and what's his name picked it up.
Malik Jackson. Yeah, then it was 10-0 early on.
Yeah, we were reaching early on off of just a turnover. But the thing is, we weren't able to get the ball back, and Coach McDermott told us that from the time we knew we were going to be playing against them. I mean, their defense was literally identical to our defense as compared to stat-wise and how they played their aggression and how they got the ball. And like Coach McDermott said, he's like, man, it's going to be on us. It's no matter what defense is going to win the Super Bowl. We knew defense was going to win the Super Bowl because the offenses were going to be locked up as they were. But he was like, the team that's going to have the most turnovers this game is going to win the game. He's like, that's going to win the game for us, y'all. We got to get the ball. Like, no matter what's going to happen, like, defense, we're going to have to get the ball this game. He's like, whichever defense is going to get that ball more and score with it, though. He said that defense has to score with it that they're going to win the game. And he predicted it. That touchdown had us reaching because we were down by 6 with like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We were down by 6 points. And we're the number one offense. So we're like, you know what? We good. We're in good hands. We stopped them for a good down. Got the ball back in good position on the field. We like 4-minute offense. You know how 4-minute offense.
Oh yeah, we done. Take the helmet off. We ain't coming back out there.
Exactly.
We done.
Exactly. We can go out there and play 2-minute defense. This guy can't throw more than 20 yards.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Kick them in the back because they weren't able to drive the entire field on us the whole game. They only got the ball off of turnovers and were able to get quick scores. So long story short, we had 4 minutes left. Cam made that fumble. We weren't able to get back on it, and they ended up driving back down on a short field and scoring. We were just reaching from there. That 4 minutes felt like an hour though.
That tees up my big question. Should he foul on the ball?
Oh Lord. Here you go.
Man, I don't speak on that play because you know what? You know why? I really don't. I mean, I can't from the angles I've seen on the sideline. You know, obviously I'm a defender too. So like me and Arthur,
we different. Yeah.
Yeah, we're wired. We're wired to be like, listen, if my limb goes, if Arthur's running through the A gap and I can lose my limb for him during that play,
sacrifices were made.
Lose my limb. Yeah, if just to save us for like a tackle for a loss. Yes. Like that's our mindset on defense. Sometimes like, yo, I'll break this finger to be like, it'll save us.
It was worth it.
Down.
Yes, it was worth it. Yes,
it was worth it just for one play, and it could be like the first quarter. You have a whole game still to play, you know. And like, it's hard if I'm not in that position. I'm not playing quarterback. I'm not in that physical position. You know, reaching for that ball at that moment. You know, I can see the bullets from the sideline happening and see everything happening from the sideline, but the speed of the game is different on the field. Like, I feel different sensations on the field as a DB than a receiver feels. Than anybody feels. Like, your position is based off, like, your feeling on the field is it's different. I never played quarterback, and I don't want to play quarterback. I don't want to
say seriously.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that type of pressure of like a guy like Arthur trying to put his helmet through my rib cage. You know, it's like, and it's 4 of them or 5 of them. It could be 6 of them sometimes. So it's like, it's hard. It's hard to say, man. You know, because I mean, anything could have happened. You know, anything could have happened.
No, without a doubt. Now, I did want to back up a little bit. I heard you talking about your coach during that time frame.
Yeah, Coach McDermott.
Yeah, man. If you could, he sounds real familiar. You talking about the Sean McDermott, that guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, you know I love Coach McDermott. I think he's a heck of a coach, man. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, man. I definitely agree with you. Deke isn't too fond of Coach McDermott because where he's currently coaching at, but you know that holds a special place in my heart as well. So I'm a McDermott guy. I'm just throwing that out there.
Nah, that's understandable though. Yeah. You know, Deke, he's true Pittsburgh for life, man. I respect that, man.
That's how it is.
I respect that.
No, absolutely, man. But the last thing I did want to ask you too about that Super Bowl experience specifically, man, if you could just talk about what was the best thing or the one thing that you always hold and you think very fondly of from that experience, whether it was in-game, pre-game, post-game, whatever, just whatever that best memory to you was.
The best memory, even though we lost, just that feeling of, you know, my dad being there when I got back to the hotel. My dad.
Shout out to Pops. Let's go, man.
Yeah. So my dad and my brother being there. You know, my dad always asks about you, Arthur.
Hey, you know it's always love, man. To say my mom be like, I'm gonna tell my mom today. I'm gonna tell my mom today. Yeah, hey, Mom, Rob was on the show. Oh, where? Oh man, love, right? Good dude. Yeah, he was on the show, man. He's still doing good.
But yeah, the most memorable thing for me. I mean, there's the gimmicky stuff, the stuff you get, the clothes and iPads, all the little stuff you get.
I still like them headphones you got too. You know, when I seen you a year ago, I'm like, bruh. Like,
yeah, the gold ones.
Like the gold beats, like, bruh. Fire.
Yeah. They hooked us up.
They fire, bro. They fire.
You want to win. You want to win to really cap off the experience, you know, but we lost. But, you know, so the most memorable experience for me out of it all, you know, was even though I broke down when I see my dad, was this having my dad. Just having my dad there, my brother there, and my uncle there. Because they were there my entire career from when I was younger, watching me play football. Yeah. So just them being able to experience it still, you know, just them being able to be there to, like, comfort me after when I was down. Because, you know, I knew after that loss, Arthur, I'm like, I'm never going to play in this game ever again. And I literally knew.
And like you said, that was your second time. That was your second time going about, or excuse me, you had played first Super Bowl appearance though. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, so it was like I knew, because, you know, as you get towards part of your career, and you know how it's just how the business works and whatnot, this and that. So I'm like, man, I don't think I'm gonna. It's gonna be hard, but I don't know if it's even gonna be a possibility in the future, man. If being that close and having a team that good, that was the best chance. You know, you could feel damn near going 16-0 in the regular season and beating the Cardinals 38-10 in the NFC Championship. Like, we breezed through the NFC Championship. Yeah. Like, we breezed through it. And, like, you know, you have a feeling going to the Super Bowl, like, oh, we're destined to win this, John. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing that I always think about is how, like, the last time you guys lost a regular game, like, you go these long spans, and then you tap into the post, and it's like, man, we done won 10 in a row. We done won 11 in a row. Like, what you mean? We lost what? Like, you can't even fathom it almost. Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So much momentum, man. So much momentum carrying in, man. You think about all these emotions building up. And I was just like, man, it was a great season, man. But I was just thankful that my brother and my dad, they were there to, you know, experience it with me. You know, just to experience the moment in the city. You know, I'm a Philly boy, so I don't really know nothing about no San Francisco. But it was cool. San Fran was cool.
You know how we could tell you Philly when you hit us with the John. You know how you get the John up in Philly, man.
Yeah, there's some people when I say it, I'm like, man, let me stop saying it. They don't really know what I'm talking about. I'll try to describe certain things. You know, a John is a person, place.
It's a noun. It's a noun, man. A John is for the Philly. Joint is for down in VA. He's like, yo, that joint over there? It's a noun, baby. Yeah.
They say joint a little bit in Baltimore sometimes.
Let's go. Now, to bring it back to Pittsburgh, though, I do got to talk to you, man, because one of your former teammates is potentially a guy that we might be eyeing, in free agency coming up, man, at that cornerback position, man, James Bradberry. If you could, man, just talk a little bit about, man, his game, man, and what you think in terms of him as a locker room dude, man, and if he potentially could fit what we doing over here in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, James. I feel like James could fit anywhere, man. With that type of system, I'm not sure what I haven't looked too closely into Pittsburgh. Since small boys known Pittsburgh for having a lot of variety.
Yeah.
In their defenses, a lot of different fire zones, a lot of different looks, and a lot of different movements to really have you thinking and aggressive corners. James, I've known James since his rookie year, and we've always kept in touch and been real close. And I followed him through his whole career, obviously, and made sure to give him any goose eggs or knowledge I can give him. So I'm just happy how he's progressed through his career and how he's grinded. And I feel like James can go anywhere. I feel like when players are in free agencies, deciding the fit for them and this and that, I feel like you got to go with your heart and gut sometimes too. Sometimes, the agent tries to talk to you and all the media and so much different outliers trying to look at you to say, you fit perfectly in this, but who's really to say you fit perfectly in this system? And that can go any direction, anything could happen in the season, but for the most part, I think James is a great corner, man. He's long, he's athletic for his size. And his understanding of the game has grown so much, man, from his rookie year to now. Like when I watch him, I'm looking at films and analyzing top view, and you see things happening on the TV view early. So I'm like, all right, James, like anticipate this, and he's making breaks as I'm speaking about it on TV. And I'm like, wow, man, from his rookie year to now, how he's grown in 2 Pro Bowls. I'm like, man, I'm just happy for all the blessings that are coming his way. And he's about to get another one coming up Sunday night. So
okay. I hear where you leaning.
I'm pissed we didn't get him last offseason. Because he was on the market. Yeah. He signed this 1-year deal for $7 million to Philly. I'm like, come on, Steelers could have done this.
Yeah. And James, and I feel like, once the Southern boy gets up there in the tri-state area, they don't know what to do, man. They want to hang around. So hey, you never know, man. He may be in the Berg soon, man.
He might have priced himself out though. He's gonna get a bag.
He's not a good. He did. Especially the year he's having. He finishes off this game right. He's gonna be blessed once again in the off season. But he's not a good driver though, man. So I don't know how good he's going. I don't know what's going to do all those bridges and that way. He's good with the weather, but the bridges and the driving in Pittsburgh
be a little difficult for that man.
Yeah, it's too aggressive for him.
No, respect. No, I know we got some cornerback options, man, coming out of this draft as well, man. Some of the top dudes, man. Obviously, you got your Joey Porter Jr., you got the connection here with his pops playing here, Devin Witherspoon, and then Christian Gonzalez, the cat out in Oregon. Man, if you could, man, what are your thoughts on those dudes, man? If you watched any of them, man, how you feel about those guys?
Yeah, the one I think is the most fluid. I mean, they're all good corners, and I feel like they're all going to fit well in the NFL. The one I feel like is the most fluid, most like natural looking corner is Christian Gonzalez. And I'm not putting them like way above Joey Porter, because between Joey Porter Jr. and Christian Gonzalez, they're pretty much very even to me. They just have different play styles.
Okay.
Like Joey Porter's is very long, and Christian Gonzalez has size too, but he has like that athletic kind of movement type build of a corner. Porter, not saying Joey Porter can't move as well, because his technique is superb for the size he's at. Like watching his press technique and him flip out of his hips for the size he is, you could tell he has like that
talk
NFL
talk.
Yeah, he has that NFL background gene of getting coached properly at a young age to study the game. Because I'm watching, as a corner, I'm not watching these dudes coming up in there just making tackles and jumping routes. I want to see like the footwork and
your fundamentals.
Breaking on the route. Like if they're standing up at the top of their break, on the break and then making a play, it looks like a highlight. But I'm like, in NFL, that doesn't work.
Thank you, bro. I'm going to say that is not going to fly, bro.
Yeah, if you're T-planting and you're standing straight up and you're not going forward, that's a loss of a step. Like, that's a loss of a step. That's a catch, and that's a stiff arm, and that's a 30-yard gain.
Yeah.
So it's like in the NFL, that's why I can't watch college too much. But I want to see what the guys do at the level where that's more critical on detail. But Christian Gonzalez, man, he moves so fluid. Like watching his press, watching his off coverage. Like I like to see corners picking the ball out the air, not in the receiver not knowing they're coming. And like that's an understanding of routes and combinations of concepts, and that's important in the league. That allows coach to grab that player and allow him to be youthful and yet be in the game and be effective, because if you can't understand the X's and O's of the game, you're not going to last long in the league. You can get drafted first round and be not too football IQ-ish, but they'll give you a 4-year pass, 3-year pass. After that, you're out of there. And maybe it's 2 years. Maybe it's 2 years.
They move on quick, boy. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, they move on quick. And Joey Porter, he's so long, man. His confidence. I love his confidence. He's so long. His technique is superb as well. And the Devin Witherspoon dude, out of all of them, I feel like he's gonna be more of like a nickel.
Yeah, Illinois, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be more of a nickel. But the only thing I feel like he needs to sharpen up on is maybe like his tackling. I see a lot of tackling like with shoulders.
Oh yeah, he big kid dude.
The NFL stuff, the NFL stuff, like these dudes aren't like it's different. Like a lot of stuff people in college you playing because they still fresh out of high school, and you see guys getting out leveraged. And you see 3 guys on one side of one block and out on the other side.
Some bad stuff be going on, bro.
Yeah, so when you see these 1-on-1 battles and guys breaking into open field, these are big people you got to tackle, and if you don't wrap them up properly and get these hands bruised up and using shoulders, you're gonna get banged up off of him. So for him, I just feel like if he sharpens that up, he'll be a good inside corner. But I feel like they'll put him in the slot early on just because of his physicalness. They'll be able to sharpen all that other stuff up.
Okay.
As long as he's willing to,
Okay.
So how you ranking him? You got Gonzalez 1?
That's what I was over here. I'm about to say, like, yo, where you at there?
How you ranking him? You got Gonzalez at 1 then?
Yeah, I got Gonzalez definitely going at 1. There's no question. With his footwork, he's going to kill it at the combine because he already has fluid footwork. And I was watching him do like these couple speed turns on his fade route.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't lose a step. And that's not easy to do, to be fluidly flipping your hips as a corner, like check like on his face, like chest to chest, and then flip his hip fluidly to where his chest is back to the quarterback, and then catch it in stride. Like there wasn't one stride broken.
Filthy.
And there wasn't one stride broken. He's doing this during the game, and he picked it off and returned.
He low-key went to the crib. I know the play you talking about. He went to the crib. Yes.
And that's not an easy play to make, and that's a common play in the NFL. Very common play in the NFL. And like seeing him do that a lot and picking off plays in cover 3, that means he understands the game. He has fluid. I mean, he's been coached properly as a DB because he has fluid footwork, and all of his hips and breaks, his shoulders are leaning forward. Like everything looks fluid. If he doesn't go first, it's probably because he ran a 4.6 or 4.7. But
he got to stick it up at the combine to drop.
Yeah, there's no way in the world that's going to happen. And I mean, I don't really watch the combine stuff. I don't really need to. But for the most part, he's definitely going first round. Porter's going first round, maybe Witherspoon. But those are definitely 2 good corners, man. Porter and Gonzalez. I would want Porter to go to Pittsburgh just so he can keep the tradition there,
Okay.
So you got Gonzalez, Porter, and then Witherspoon. In that order?
Yeah, in that order, yeah.
Okay. And I like how you brought up with Witherspoon. So when I looked at those dudes, man, when you said with Witherspoon potentially being a slot guy early on, I can see what you're saying right there, man. I like. See, this is why I needed you, baby, because you could talk that talk. You talk that talk. You feel me? Like I could hear you. I low key because I was like, yo, he in his zone right now. He was like, yo, man, you see when you flip turn like this and you get the eyes back and them chest to chest. I got the head back. I'm like, oh yeah, he going to work.
I got my head on.
I said he going to work right now, son.
You already know. I tap into my knowledge, man. With it, I love speaking like just knowledgeable ball, man.
No question. Now I did want to ask you another thing though, man. And this is more so with Joey Porter and Gonzalez. Man-to-man scheme or zone scheme for those 2 dudes, or do you think they're able to do both at the same high level?
I think they're able to do both. I feel like they need to be in the schemes. I feel like Gonzalez will be able to fit into a scheme that if there is more man, he'd be straight. I feel like Porter needs to be in a scheme where you allow him to be like, hey, man, give me some zone and give me some man. Like, that's one thing about, like, Bradbury, too. I feel like they're around the same height.
Yeah, long corners,
Yeah, so Bradbury's gonna he'll do well in just a man concept. If he doesn't want to, no corner wants to just play man the whole game. It's like, but I feel like with those 2 style of players, they'll definitely flourish in like a good defense that is man zone, good mixture of plays. Any corner will, but because of their abilities and skill and traits already at a young age, if you want them to excel fast and early, you put them in a system like that. But Gonzalez, I feel like if you throw him in their system early with man, he'll be straight. But again, I don't know Porter personally, man. And like I said, he's being coached from an NFL player also who knows the game. You know what I'm saying? He knows the game, and he's been around players that know the game as well in that position.
But I say we saying he's around the facility getting his work in. But I say we peeped it. Yeah,
exactly. And that edge kind of, you get an extra chip on your shoulder, and not even just for being first round, because he has something to prove. Because he wants to prove something to his father. I feel like even more. Like he has to earn a name for himself. His father already earned a name for himself. So I feel like Porter's going to come in and surprise a lot of people when it comes to man coverage. Because he already does. He already plays well man coverage in college. And like I said, I don't like watching the college stuff. I want to see the pro stuff. I want to see the real games. I want to see the games that matter, like that really, really matter. Like college matters in college, but pro is where the big games matter.
Absolutely.
Like every Sunday. So I feel like he's gonna make some surprises, man. He's gonna make some surprises with his height and size. I feel like both of them are gonna be just good. They're just gonna be good corners for a good long time.
Nah, respect.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, well, you know what it's time for now, man. We got to talk some Super Bowl predictions. All right.
I got you.
So, I know you already been hitting at your little Philly action. You done dropped a couple Johns. I done heard of Bradbury once he does it this weekend. Like I've been picking up what you're putting down. You didn't make multiple. I'm waiting on you to talk about. Man, I love I get my cheesesteak from Geno's. You more of a Mexican. I'm waiting on that convo next. You feel me? Like everywhere you didn't going. So talk to me how this Super Bowl plays out and who gets the dub, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I'm leaning towards Philly. Obviously, I mean, I'm always gonna be biased. I'm always gonna go towards my home city. But I mean, regardless of me being from there, like really analyzing the teams and this and that, it's going to be a good game regardless. Both teams are strong, powerful, but I just feel like Philly, just the overall team they have and the momentum they have and the confidence that they have and how youthful their team is with the confidence they have. Like that's important, man. They playing well, and their defense is playing well. And if they keep playing how they're playing, stop key things, and they'll be straight. Mahomes, it helps out that Mahomes can't run and do what he really can do, but he just needs his arm.
Yeah.
He needs his arm and his brain. That's it. His feet do what they do to get him in better technique and properly throwing the ball. But Mahomes is such a good quarterback and so smart that he's able to adapt and adjust, which makes him a good NFL pro. You're going to have a stubbed up toe or finger. You got to adapt. You still got to get to the next play. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a sprained ankle for a quarter. You got to adapt and get ready for the next play, and that's respect for Mahomes, too, and that's why it's going to be a good game because he's such a competitor. I'm leaning towards Philly, but anything could happen in a Super Bowl. Anything could happen in these games. But I really do feel as though Super Bowl is going to win it by at least 2 tubs or at least 10 points, 10 plus points at least.
Woo.
So what's the script? How's it play out?
You said they winning by 10 plus. Woo, okay.
I just got a feeling, man. I don't know why I got a feeling. I don't know why I got a feeling, man. Like, even when Jacksonville was playing their first game, they won. I was like, man, I randomly just had a feeling that Jacksonville was going to win.
Okay.
It only be certain games like that. I mean, I'm not no witch.
Are you talking about the Chargers one?
Hey, I was about to say, man, we got DraftKings, man. I was finna call you. Hey, look,
I only do that sometimes. Nah, you can't bet it. Nah, you can't put that. They can't put all that pressure on me now with the box.
Jeez, man.
And, all the stuff at the table, the poker tables now. But no, I just feel as though with the team they have and kind of, not saying I know their game plan, but kind of the style of players they have, I feel like Philly's players match up better against Kansas City. Really Kansas City defense is holding them strong, I feel like. But because for the most part with Kansas City, where they're gonna go to, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, if we can contain him, he's been balling for the most part the last 4 or 5 years. So we can contain one of his major weapons, keep him under 50 yards, control the run game. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be the runner. And if he gets hit wrong, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
So that's all it takes. It's a long game of hitting. So it's like it's going to take one good call of getting him hit wrong. Or getting him rolled up on the ankle because the linemen are getting pushed
accidentally
back,
on purpose.
Yo.
Yeah. But it is though. Like when we're running up on that quarterback, we're trying to roll, get up awkward. We're trying to do anything we can.
Hey, Rob, I want to hurt you. I don't want to, you don't got to be permanent, but I don't want you to finish this game.
Yeah, it's not anything. Yeah, it's not anything to like really hurt you, but like even when I'm getting up off the ground,
I'm gonna use your body. Yeah,
I'm using your face mask to push up off the ground. Yeah, I'm using like you make pretend that the ground is there, but it's really the person's face mask. You just pushing up off and stand up off the ground.
Absolutely. And I gotta walk over you too, just for GP. I gotta walk over you. That
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
Have just a little bit
it's
of
like
that.
little things because you get in the other guy's head.
Yes.
Because on offense, you don't see a lot of guys really coming after the offensive guys, like speaking very loudly, like trash talking wise. Because like we're out there all day, literally just to hit you. Like our job is just to hit you for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
So if you want to combine your talk to just one player, the rest of the 10 players are going to see that.
We all trying to hit you.
Yeah. Now it's just a matter of time of you touching the ball. It's not like we're after you. It's just that our job is to make contact with you the entire game. So it's like that game. Like Patrick Mahomes has to be careful. Like he has to be careful. He has to be smart, which he is going to be. And Philly has to call the right plays and be smart. But that DN they have, number 7, he's
Hassan Riddick. Yeah,
he's going to be. He's been hunting all playoffs, so not going to change up anything he's doing. And they have a whole D line like that. Yeah. So it's like it's going to be. That's why I feel like I'm always going to lean on defense. I'm always going to lean on defense. So
we need that final score though.
Because you said 10. You said it's a 10+ spread. Now, we can hit this one. How much they? What's that score finna look like?
Let me think. I think maybe 20. I don't think Kansas City going to score more than 14.
Whoa. Okay.
I just feel like it's going to be that good of a defense.
This is going to be like the Buccaneers Chiefs.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be that good of a defensive game. Just watching how Kansas City played with the Bengals and just watching how they've been, just the playoff games I've seen and just from the history of their playoff games. It's some nut crunching times with them. It's like we on this last play or this last drive. It's never comfort, I feel like, with them.
Now, does the experience play into this at all? Kansas City Chiefs, a little bit more guys been there. Obviously, with Philly, new regime. I think outside of B. Graham and Fletcher Cox, I think that's Kelsey, obviously on the offensive side, but there's still a lot more like newer faces on that end.
Yeah, there's a lot more experience on Kansas City, but shoot, Kansas City showed that experience really don't matter. Many times they've been there. You know what I'm saying? Many times they've been there. It's like you would think they would have more rings than they had.
It's true.
It's like many times you've been in the AFC Championship. You gotta, and that's why Mahomes is so determined to get back and get back and get back. Because he's like, I need to stamp it with the ring, though.
Yeah.
He needs to stamp it with the ring because I can get back to the AFC Championship for the next 10, 15 years without a ring.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's like even with that experience thing, like I said, the guys are locked in. Like both sides, the guys are locked in. They're locked in on the goal, and Philly has a mature enough staff to where they've gotten their guys locked in. You could tell from the season they've had. You could tell, man, they got a young leader on offense. That's leading a bunch of good players. And that's good to see. That's good to see the confidence that their quarterback has.
Yeah. All right. So double
digits.
Gonna be good game, Philly gonna hold them under 14 points. Lord.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like a 13-26 or something weird. It's gonna be tough here, man.
So the storylines afterwards is Mahomes overrated.
Nah. He's not even. The thing is though, like it's sad that people are going to go to that, but it's not. He's not. It's like everybody's going to say, I wish his ankle is healthy. If you get this, it's going to be so many scenarios and probabilities of people being like, this. He's a great quarterback. Like he's not. It's just hard. It's really hard to win. It's hard to win in the NFL. It's hard to win because guys know. We know. Everybody just starts to know each other. Everybody starts to know each other. So, and then the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, they know each other very well.
Yeah.
These guys know each other. So this game is just going to be a good game. Like, don't get me. I'm not 100% correct on all my guesses, but I'm just going to say they're gonna win by +10.
If they put up less than 14 points, I'm coming in and saying they're asking the question: is Mahomes overrated?
Yeah. If it's less than 10, yeah. He's overrated. That's the headline. Hey, come on, man. You know how the game go.
He got gifted this Super Bowl appearance because of that penalty call. Yeah.
I did see some of that stuff. There's times I'm like, come on, man. They give everything sometimes, man. I feel that sometimes because we'll feel that on defense.
Bro, we don't get a call. And speaking of calls, you see they trying to change the hip tackle. What are your thoughts on? Yeah, like, bro, this is crazy. You be in the positions, you know what that's like.
Man, I'm not even going.
Like, bro, how you gonna take that away? Like, come on, man. What we talking about over here?
You know what told me everything? What told me everything, man, is when I seen them playing 7-on-7 flag football. So after I seen that,
you know what they want.
I used to be intrigued watching. Sean Taylor take out somebody in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now they grabbing flags, man.
Yeah. So now it's like we have pom poms out there now, man. I don't know.
Respect. Hey, well, I do have actually one final question. We do ask this to all our guests, so it's mandatory that I ask this to you. And this is a serious question. I'm talking as serious as I can get, okay? Think Demon Slayer, your Tanjiro. Like, we serious with this, all right? This is a real life thing, okay?
I got you. I'm on it.
I know you my guy, and I know you about that action, okay? In a 1v1 hand-to-hand combat, no weapons included, no running. You're in a cage, an octagon. You versus a cheetah, like the animal. Who's making it out?
Well, I'm making it out.
Damn.
Hey, on everything, you already know how much I love.
I already know your energy. So, but we need to give me the cap. Tell me how it go down, man. I need to hear this.
And I you know me, I love nature and animals, all this and that. So, like, just the characteristic of a cheetah, like them being very, they're a solo cat. So they're a cat that lives just like themselves. Yeah. Like them and their mate, their cubs, and once their cubs are old enough, they kick them out. They do their own thing, and then the parents die. So because they're solo, and they're like the weak of the cat like world, I feel like, because they're so little.
Yeah,
it's really about like animals. Like you can there's lions. There's like big lions that are scared of like humans if they present themselves a certain way.
I was about to say they don't present very scary though. They like the lion present like he's scary all times, even the little ones.
Right, exactly. And the thing about animals too is like they look at eyes. Like they look at eyes. Like a dog can sense a good energy from somebody by not just your smell, this and that. Yeah. That's obvious, but they're gonna look at your eyes first, and they study everything about our eyes. So a cheetah just staring in my eyes. If he want to be agree, he got claws, this and that. Shoot, in a sense, I got claws, arms, same way as him. So if we got to fight to the end, I'd rather take a little light cheetah than anything else bigger. Because anything else bigger is really going to try to test me, regardless of how brute I look. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to protect themselves. But a cheetah is going to think also, hey, man, this thing may weigh a little bit, maybe a little bigger than may weigh a little more than me. You know what I'm saying? The cheetah's going to second guess itself. So I'll take the cheetah.
You're not concerned with the
mental game, was it?
Because like I like how you giving it the Jedi mind trick. I'm gonna stare at you. You stare at me. I'm gonna stare back at you. You stare at me. And I like the stare down. My question is, after the stare down, though, if you say something got in your eye, and you accidentally blink first, and now he's like, all right, I feel like I got something sweet over here. That's with the teeth and the claws. That's the part I'm trying to. When it gets to that section, that's my disconnect.
In fights, a lot of people aren't calm, man. A lot of things happen very slowly, just that we see them fast because we're not used to seeing them.
Yeah.
I be how I am. I be in Pluto thinking all types of scenarios.
Let's go. Research gang on the town, you know what it is.
So the way I think about it is like I have my attack, my first initial attack has to be a critical attack. I have to make sure I hit him in a critical point. It's almost like a shark. When you get attacked by a shark, what they try to say? Poke the eye.
Bro, why are you so strategic though? Like,
if you hit anything else, you shit out of luck.
All right.
Mess with that shark, and you hit anything else wrong, you may lose your whole bottom half.
For sure.
Yeah, but if you can get that eye when you get bit by a shark, you out of there. If I can catch something critical on that cheetah before he attacks me.
It's all about the first move. Yeah.
The first move. It's about that first attack, because a lot of animals in the wild, they don't mess with you off of that first attack. Like, they're like, you know what? Yeah, he's not the one. Like, I'm not even, nah.
You just gotta just go full blackout, go crazy on the first one and hope it connect.
No, but he's saying you got to stay calm too. Though.
Oh, that's right. So you can't go full blackout.
You got to be savvy about it.
Yeah. Your adrenaline has to be spiked in a way to protect you, because you have to be in high sense. But your adrenaline has to be in a spiky way, but also calm. Like, for example, Navy SEALs, man, their adrenaline's high, but their heart rate's calm.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and on top of that, like a lot of people, like they make sure that they're comfortable in the water, that their water is like their blanket, like for Navy SEALs, like so their water is their blanket. You put some people in the water, like in deep ocean with the waves, like their heart rate's probably over.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say that's the one place for me. That's my weakness. You got the Achilles heel. I'm the Achilles ocean. If I can't touch the bottom of the ground in the water, I'm done. Yeah, I need to be able to stand, like stand. Yeah. That's definitely me.
Yeah, man. It's all about just analyzing the situation. I feel like just staying calm, man. Like I said, if I miss my critical point, shit, I'm dead. I'm hoping I hit him. I'm hoping I hit him with my critical point, but in my mindset, I'm not going to lose. I'm not losing. So
that's because you play defense and you got that dog in you. That's why. It's because you play defense, you got that dog. That's why.
Yeah, in that scenario,
defense, man.
I know if I'm fighting the line, I'm most likely I'll take that L. I'll respectfully take that L.
No, respect.
I like the breakdown.
I do. You see, that's that in-depth analysis. Man, it's the secondary, bro. Them corners, them safe, they just, y'all real different back there. Y'all want to analyze it, analytical this, and let me break it down and all. Up in the trenches, we over here brute force. I'm going to elbow it a whole bunch of times, headlock it, I'm going to bite it back. Oh.
You know I'm a hybrid backer.
Hey, you for the coach. Respect. Absolutely.
Hybrid.
Hey, but my brother, man, this has been a blast, man. Always fun, man, chopping up with you. Always good to catch up with you, man. Just taking it back one time, man. Always a good vibe with you there, man. And we're going to do this again, too, man. So you already know it's all love, man. But just want to say I appreciate you again, man.
No problem. Good talking to y'all. See you, Deke.
No, peace, bro.
Thanks.
Peace, baby.
Yeah.
That was the homie right there, Robert McClain, man. Came out with me. 2010 draft class, the best draft class, might I add, along with, man, me and my brother taking our first high school or collegiate visits together, man, and then connecting and just whole NFL careers, post careers, and all this other good jazz stuff, man. So that's been a vibe, man. Always good to type in with the homie. All right, I think next up.
Got a couple super chats.
Oh, yeah, let's tap in the supers. Yeah, let's tap in those.
Real quick ones. First was Braxton Barton. What's your take on Stetson Bennett? Very curious.
Stetson, I think, is still a good quarterback. I haven't like deep dove into like why people don't like him all the way just yet. I just think that, to me, he does a good job in terms of his time. He does a good job in terms of being a leader. I just think that I need to see just. You look at the talent he's throwing to. You look at how he plays, and it's harder to evaluate. Can you make some of these throws when it's NFL caliber? And what we mean by that is having to anticipate and throw guys open versus, when you're watching Georgia, it's like, bro, everybody's open. This guy has separation, or this guy's an elite athlete. That guy's an elite athlete. Running game is always working. So that's the only thing where it's like, it's harder to evaluate how talented he could be or not. And that's one of those things that we'll get a better understanding of it once he gets to the league. But that's probably like my big question mark with him is, can he make those anticipatory throws? Can he make those tight window throws consistently? Because collegiately, we talked about this when we were breaking down Kenny Pickett a year ago. It was like, man, Kenny was the most pro ready, but at the same time, Kenny didn't have just a ton of NFL tight window throws. We was like, he's throwing to Jordan Addison, and Jordan was getting the separation. But we did see enough of it, and then obviously Senior Bowl, and then from there, when you bring him into the NFL, it was like, okay, we can see a lot more of it, and then it developed. I think with Stetson, we just got to see it. And some of that, like I said, is not his fault that he played, at a school where they have that type of talent and that type of team. But that, to me, is like the question mark when I watch him. I'm just like, I don't know if he's capable of doing some of those things yet, because he really hasn't had to do a ton of it just yet.
And it's tough. He's 5'11",
yeah,
190, small frame. He's 25 years old.
Yeah, because this is my thing. It's like, man, I don't mind a small frame, because if I'm going to talk about his small frame, I look at Bryce Young. I'm like, he's a small frame. I look at Tua. He's a small dude. Drew Brees, small guy. So it's like, if you can play, you can play. So I get that part. And I don't even trip on the age. I'm like, I know we joke about the 25. I know people tried to get on Kenny when he was coming out. I'm like, bro, I remember when Brandon Weeden came out, but I'm OG. I remember when Chris Winkie came out. Like, I was a Florida State fan. You know what I mean? I was a Chris Winkie guy. All right. So with that, it's just like, man, if you could play, I don't care how old you are, as long as you can ball. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Feels a little Colt McCoy-ish to me right now.
That I think he could, like, I think he still can play at the NFL level, but I don't think he's a starter at the NFL level. You think Colt McCoy, man, he's then had a dope career. I mean, what, 10, 11 years now. He's tried to start in this league, but we see he's more so a really good backup quarterback that can get you out of a stadium, not a guy that you want for 17 weeks. We saw that proven in Arizona and at multiple locations throughout his career. So, like, yeah, early on, I didn't want to throw him. I guess, yeah, there you go. That's a cool little comp. Just put him in Colt McCoy.
Yeah, I think if you're drafting him, you're just getting him in the system.
Yeah, like, I'm not spending any type of high, like, 4th, 5th. Like, I kind of look at that range with Stetson because, like I said, he still is a good player, but he's just not a, like, I don't think he has the intangibles of, like, great quarterbacks, but he's still a good player, and obviously he's a proven winner. You know he can play in the big moments and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you had him in the system, I don't think it hurts you. Yeah.
Yeah, give him credit for what he did at college.
Yeah.
But there's been a ton of dudes that have been really good at college.
Right.
It just doesn't translate. And
yeah,
as I'm watching him, it just doesn't feel like it's going to. But
yeah,
it's one of those things. Who knows?
And some of them dudes that didn't translate even had more talent or prototypical size, and that is also the knock because it's like it's very tough. I mean, you heard even with Rob, right? Rob McClain, the dude was just on the phone with, and how he spoke on how difficult it is to play at this level and to survive at this level. You've heard me speak on it. You've heard TG, Terrence Garvin speak on it. All the guests come in here and talk about how competitive, how difficult it is. It is very, very challenging. And that can be dudes with the athletic ability or the dudes that do have these physical traits. But when you just talk about it on a day in and day out, it's like, man, it's tough. So when you look at a prospect and you're like, man, all right, does he even have the talent? And then you're questioning, does he have the talent along with questioning the size that he has as well or the traits? That's, part of the disconnect with him. But like I said, I'm going to watch more tape on him. But that's where I'm at kind of right now with him, though. But I still think, he'll be I have him right now as just a good backup quarterback, personally.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
Yeah, but I still think he should be in the league. Because I have seen people like, yo, he don't even deserve to be in the league. I'm like, I ain't going that far. Like, what he was doing in the SEC was still in the SEC. It's like, he still was doing enough. But starting quarterback, I don't see that just yet. He ain't no Kirk Cousins.
AT. Deke was playing Madden and signed Odell. What do you think of us getting him if we were able to clear the space for him and sign everyone we want in free agency?
As long as he's inexpensive and is the knee completely healthy, if both of those things work out, I don't see why it hurts per se, but it has to make sense money-wise, and that's the big hang-up. I don't think he's looking for that type of prove-it deal. I don't see that.
Where's Odell at in his career right now, too? I don't want to sign him.
That's what I'm saying.
And make Kenny think that he's got to start force-feeding the ball to Odell because he's a star.
This is Odell Beckham Jr. you're referring to, right? This the same OBJ we talking about?
So, I mean, that exact scenario played out in Cleveland when he went there. And Baker started trying to force him the ball. The offense got a little weird. And it's not – I don't think it's a complete coincidence. When Odell would get hurt, the Browns would find their identity and run the ball and keep things moving and would just be a better offense at times.
That's how I feel. And the reason, and just so I can give you full transparency, you remember during the season, I was like Odell to Buffalo before we knew about the whole injury stuff. The reason why I thought it could work there versus here, you already have Diggs up there. He's already the clear-cut alpha male. You're not even questioning who that guy is. Here, we don't have that just yet. We think Pickens will be that guy for us, but statistically, he can't stand up to Odell right now and say anything. Deontay, he's trying to put together, but he's not even the alpha right now when we look at him in our own room. And I just think that if you bring Odell here, Odell is definitely the alpha. Odell is going to, it just brings that with it. And when you talk about Kenny at this stage in his career versus where Josh Allen is, for example, right? One was a rookie. One is already like in his, he's creating his own little narrative.
If we had 7, it's a different story.
Right. If 7 shares different, because it's like, yo, he's big enough of a name. He's big enough of a person. He's already established. He doesn't have to do that. Even Baker in Cleveland wasn't as established as either one, 7 or Josh. Because remember, Baker was trying to figure it out. And it's like, oh, this could be the guy to make Baker be the guy that we think he can be and worth the draft
him the weapons he needs.
Yeah. So I think that, when you're talking about Odell, it's really going to be like a niche. Like, yo, it has to be this type of quarterback with this type of like weapon around him already, because otherwise it will be a mixed signal that he is going to be thinking that he should be the guy, and that quarterback's going to think that they're supposed to force feed him because it's Odell. Like, even Odell is still going to be Odell. No different if Julio pull up. It's like, yo, Julio, like, bro, still Julio. Like it's just they hit a certain way, and I just think for Odell, he would still have that vibe where I can see it right now. Matt Kennedy over here, like, all right, we're gonna X out this jet
I don't
sweep,
want that at all.
and we're gonna start force feeding slants. All right, let's get some fade balls, get some jump balls, everything to Odell. I can just see it, bro. I like.
We already started complaining about Pickens not getting the ball in that Falcons game when we were running it down their throats and having one of our more successful offensive outputs. I don't think we need to do this to, you're right, Canada or also Kenny right now. But also, I need to clarify this comment. I never signed Odell in the franchise.
Oh, you didn't?
He was very interested in the team. The contract he was looking for was like $17 million. It popped up as expected value. Oh, so I didn't even try to make an offer.
Hold on. They really will let you show the offer? Like he can, like what he's looking for contract-wise?
They got it popped up like next to all their info and stuff in free agency. It'll just say like expected value, kind of like the range they're looking for.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
So you can offer a team-friendly deal, which is less than that.
Okay.
Player-friendly, maybe a little bit more, maybe an extra year or two. So I didn't even look into him because I'm like, dude, 16, 17 million. This is ridiculous right now. But then I see after free agency goes on, he took a deal for $10 million a year. And I was like, damn, I could have offered that and he could have been on the squad. And he still got a good rating in Madden stuff, 92 speed.
Can he get hurt? He can't get hurt on the game, right?
What?
He don't get hurt on the game either.
No, we got injuries turned off.
Oh, man, that would have been.
I missed out.
That would have been a steal. Yeah. Odell, for 10,
I made up for it in the draft, though.
There it is. Who'd you get? Is he from JMU?
I missed out on a receiver in free agency. I had to pick one up in the draft.
Never mind. All right.
Put it to you that way.
Well, you like them California receivers, though, man. It's all good.
Sean McCartney. I'd rather go corner in the second round than trying to go for Gonzalez. Though athletic, I see better options in the second. We need O-line, D-line in the first.
Okay.
There are some nice cornerbacks that will be available in the second. I think the position has good depth in this draft.
Yeah.
The way McClain was talking about Gonzalez, though.
Yeah, you heard it.
Kind of got me hyped.
I'm just glad. Like, I always love when I hear the dudes that, like, play that position, like, full-time, when they come and say this stuff, and I'm like, okay, we were seeing the same thing.
He was, like, clear-cut.
Yeah. I was like, I like it. I viewed him as, like, best all around. That's kind of, and he's like, yo, on, off, press, hips, balls. I'm just like, yep, I like it. But I also like this analysis of a little Joey Porter Jr. as well, man. Like I said, I could definitely.
I think he gave more hope for him being
as
better than just a scheme, like a zone guy.
Because that's kind of like where I minimize him. I was like, I think zone for him and he would be great. I think he could survive in a man defense. Rob thinks that he could do both equally or at least, at a high level for both of them. So and I was like, that's interesting. Yeah. But the technique is definitely there, though. You see how he plays the game, man. I like it.
Big Noriega in the house. His profile pic is the Steelers logo with the Jordan crying memes on each of the diamonds. And a yellow face, a red face, and a blue face.
I like the creativity, man.
I don't know what's going on with him these days. I really don't. He says he's a Kenny hater, but then it seems like he's mocking the Steelers as a whole.
Maybe he's mocking Jordan. Maybe that's what he's mocking.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a Jordan mock because Jordan ain't the all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
Check out nose tackle Siaki.
Yeah, that's Kefren. Yep,
is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
I think I got it right. Defensive tackle DeAndre Coburn. Notes. I guess those two guys are next up on the defensive line list whenever we get around to them.
No, they definitely are. Absolutely. But today, we did want to talk about a couple of safety prospects, though. That's what we wanted to tap in on today. All right, because we had a couple of these dudes, man, that kind of caught my eye. And I'm obviously thinking, just based on some of the conversations we've been having with our roster or around our roster, we know that at the safety position, we could have everybody come back, or we could be looking very differently on that back end with Terrell Edmonds and DeMonte Casey both being slated to become free agents this offseason. So with that, so we might as well look at some options. We talked re-signing Casey. We talked re-signing Edmonds. Who was on? Will. Shout out to Will Allen. He came on, talked about those dudes. Okay. So now, it's like, let's look at it. Let's talk a little shop. Chopping up that tape a little bit. And the 3 dudes we'll talk about today, man. First guy, Brian Branch out of Alabama, number 14. Then we'll talk Texas A&M's Antonio Johnson. He's number 27 for those guys. And then Christopher Smith will be the last dude today that we'll talk about, the number 29 out of Georgia. All right. But when I looked at Brian Branch, it made me smile. I like his game a lot, man. 6 foot, 193. Juniors, where they had him listed as 90 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 picks, 7 PBUs this season. Pros about his game, and I think he's super athletic, fast as heck, rangy, and a physical player. I think his feet and hips are comparable to a man-to-man cornerback, man. You watch this dude when they play him in the slot, he ain't afraid of anything in there. Fast, big, don't matter. He got the feet to go with any of it. I think he's very physical versus the run, very similar to like a strong safety, which you would anticipate from those guys that play in the box. He's a fundamentally sound tackler who explodes out of his hips, and it makes those tackles very violent. But don't confuse his violence with lack of fundamentals. Like I said, man, he wraps up, head on the right side of the ball, feet moving, which is key because at the NFL level, you're not just knocking dudes down. You have to tackle them with those fundamentals. Contact bounce at this level is just way too good. The other thing that I like about his game, and this is real Mike Hilton-like, how he can time up the snap on his blitz. This dude in the slot, man, the way he times up his blitzes to hit that thing at full speed at the snap every single time, it's crazy. It reminds me literally of when I would watch Mike Hilton and how Mike here, when he was in Pittsburgh, he would be like, yo, this dude, are you in the huddle? Because it's crazy how you're able to just know when that ball is going to snap. But the way he's able to time it up and keep his disguise in, it really, makes him, takes it to another level there. And I also think that he's a very smart player. Just understands leverage, understands route concepts, and his run fits. That's the other thing at the safety position is really important when you're talking about filling in the run. You're only going to get one chance to get it right. If you take the bad angle or if your angle is 2 yards off, that's the difference between you making this tackle and this guy going for 40. And when I watch Brian, he corrects it with his eyes first, which is key when you're talking about just the technique from that position, how to coach it up. You want to see that angle and make sure it's correct visually, and then your feet go. He is very consistent with that approach, and I think that's why he is always in position when you're talking about him filling the hole. And then I just think that he's a very competitive player that, sets the tone. The urgency when you watch him play, whether it's run game, pass game, man, he is trying to get to the ball, and he's trying to arrive with bad intentions. Now, some of the things in terms of if I had a knock on him, I look at the position flexibility and it makes you wonder, is this dude, we know he can play safety. Do you like him as a slot though? Like, cause I think that he could play slot at this level as well as a full-time guy. So it's not a negative, but
you sounds like positive. Actually.
Yeah. But it's one of those things you just got to decide though, because once again, when I think of Tyrann Mathieu, right? Because that's literally who this guy reminds me of. Where would you put Tyrann? You're not playing Tyrann full-time in the slot. You're not playing him full-time at strong safety. You're not playing him full-time at free safety. You're not playing him full-time at outside corner. So you got to have a plan just in terms of like how you want to utilize him. So like I said, I don't think it's a negative, but if you don't use him the right way, it could be. He is a little bit thinner as well. Now, when you talk about the collegiate level, I think he perfect size. But when you talk about some of these bigger body offensive linemen, some of these physical body, big body tight ends that gonna be in that box with him, you just want to see, can it hold up? Because that is the difference at this level. Is not just speed, it's big body players, man, big speed. So you just gotta see, can he hold up with that? And it didn't show up a lot, but it showed up enough that it caught my attention on some of the times where they challenge him on the deep ball. He's not giving up yardage in terms of catches, but he does get flagged. It's like he'll be turning around, but it'll be weird stuff happening. And it's not him panicking, but it's just like I said, on occasion, it done caught my eye. So I was like, you know what? Just figure we talk about that. We're splitting hairs. But it's something I'm like, hey, man, I don't need no highly penalized dude. Collegially, you get away with it. Man, you get a penalty 40 yards downfield. It's a 15-yard, from where the ball was snapping, you move forward. It don't kill you. NFL, that kills you. That's a 60-yard penalty. That's some of the stuff that I'm just like, yo, can we clean just a little bit? Just clean that up. But outside of that, man, like I really, really enjoyed watching Brian Branch, number 14 from Alabama, man. All right. I go to the second dude. Second dude I want to talk about Antonio Johnson. So they got him listed as a 6'3", 195 pounds junior. He's number 27 at Texas A&M. So this season he has 71 tackles, 1 sack, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 PBU. Now, when I look at Antonio, excuse me, when I look at Antonio, man, long, wiry frame. I think he has really good speed and really good quickness. His positional flexibility I enjoy as well. But when we talked Brian, how we was like with Brian, man, I think he's really more free safety and nickel, but you could play him as a strong. I think with Antonio, he's strong safety and nickel corner. You know what I mean? Like, and the big difference is just this. That free safety position, you're thinking a guy that can go sideline to sideline, middle of the field, Earl Thomas types, right? Your Ed Reed types, those guys who could just erase everything. When I think of strong safety, you think box guys, right?
Yeah.
Troy,
I thought you were going to say linebacker.
Cam. Yeah. Troy and Cam, right? They played that thing at times like linebackers. Like, that's the approach with it. You know what I mean? So he gives me more of that vibe than free safety vibes. He's a very physical player. Super willing participant when you're talking about playing against the run. He's not shying away or turning down any type of contact. And I think that he's very comfortable when you're talking about watching him in coverage. Even when he's playing off coverage, his read and reaction, I think, is really good. When you talk about how he'll drive on a slant route, he'll drive on in-breaking routes. Even if his leverage is off, he's still very competitive at the catch point, which is something that you got to do at this level. Because, like, by design, some of the stuff is just harder to fill. Like, where the hashes are, you're just playing a lot more space out there. So you're not going to always be in perfect position. But you want to be able to compete at that catch point every single time. Antonio does give me that. And I think that he fills the alley really well and takes good angles to the ball when you're talking about run support. When you're watching the ball getting thrown on the perimeter, man, he's one of those guys that he's triggering right now. He's not hesitating, and that's key because it won't allow those offensive players, those blockers, to get up on you and give those little guys like Deontay, Steven Sims, and company time to have space. Because when they get space, that's when they can really hurt you on the perimeter. He's one of those guys that eats it up. Now, some of the knocks on him, he needs to improve his fundamentals with his tackling because he does miss a good amount of tackles. You cut the tape on watching games, it's like, bro, you missing 3-4 tackles in one game. That's a lot.
He lays some big hits out, too.
Yeah. But once again, that's part of why he misses those tackles because big hits are cool.
Dropping with the shoulder.
Yeah, they're cool. But if the dude doesn't drop, they stay up. And that's some of the stuff that he runs into. And at the NFL level, it'll be a lot more of that because dudes don't just go down off of hits because these are the best of the best. You know, you talk about some of these guys in college, their contact balance isn't that good just yet. They still trying to figure this stuff out. So you can knock them over with a flipper. You can hit them with the shoulder, and it's good. At the NFL level, though, you really got to wrap these dudes up.
And this dude ain't built like a John Lynch
not.
Or like a Brian Dawkins or anything.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. So that was one of the things that I thought when I first looked at him. I also feel like he can cover in the slot, but it's not like I'm not talking high-end slot receivers, though. I'm not talking the elite tier freaky athlete tight ends. I think that if you're just like your run-of-the-mill slots and tight ends, I think he's fine against those
like
guys.
Like an Edmonds. Like right, we had Terrell Edmonds on it, dude. You trust him enough.
Yeah, I trust him enough, but I don't love him if this is Kelsey. I don't love him if this is I'm trying to think of some slot guys. Man, now I'm drawing a blank on the top slot dudes. But you catch what I'm saying. Or matter of fact, yeah, if they put Edelman or if they put speed in the slot. Like, say, at times we put George Pickens in the slot. I don't feel comfortable with him right there. Like, that's some of the stuff, you know what I mean? Like I said, that potentially could run up some issues. And also because of his lack of size and strength, like we talked about, just a similar question. You're a box player, strong safety, nickel corner type. Can you hold up in that box at the NFL level? Because the way teams look at it is like this. If you're going to play small ball and have him be your nickel, you're essentially saying he's your third linebacker. So if I'm on offense, I want to see if he can tackle like a linebacker. I want to see if he's going to take on a puller. I want to see if we put the bunch in front of him, can he handle the point and still disrupt something? That's the question that I have for him. I don't know if he can do it just yet.
He looked like he could do it pretty decent in college.
Yeah, college-wise, absolutely. But that's going to be the big question with him. If he can do that, I think he's fine everywhere else. But that's going to be his task right there. And I just think that the other, I would say, it's not a knock once again, but if I'm just saying part of reasons why we'd, potentially put it as a concern or a weakness, I just think that he aligns more as a play in and play out player like a Edmonds versus a splash player. Like when you think Minka, when you talk, Tyrann Mathieu types.
It shows up in his stats.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have any of that splash.
Yeah, he don't give me splash, but he's a consistent player. So with that, we just have to understand what we're getting. Different type of player than a Brian Branch. Different type of player. But still a good player, but just different in terms of what you're asking. Kind of like when we talk Edmonds and Minka. Both are good players, but one does certain things very differently than the other guy. And when I look at Antonio Johnson, he just falls in that other category as a true strong safety type.
Yeah, I thought whenever I was looking at his game a little bit, he moves like Ed Reed.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. He's got a very fluid movement about him.
Super smooth. Yeah,
he's taller than Ed Reed. So if I had to comp him, I would comp him to Edmonds.
I don't think he's as brolic as Edmonds.
But
Edmonds to me is like way buffer.
I think he's a more fluid, like Terrell Edmonds coming out in a way. Maybe bigger hitter. I don't know, but I like his game a little bit, but it's not as polished up as Brian Branch. But you're right; they're different safeties.
Yeah,
Branch is a free safety. This dude's a strong safety.
I think he moves smoother in coverage than Edmonds. I think Edmonds is better in the box versus the run, though. When I think Edmonds versus Antonio Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're Edmonds. I like Edmonds more in the run. I like Antonio more in coverage. When I look at those two, I think. Because like what you talking about, he's just smoother. Exactly. Yeah, he's way more fluid, way more smooth in his back pedal, way more comfortable just playing in space. Whereas with Edmonds to me, he looks like an ultra athletic linebacker when he's in coverage. Like I think of like Shea at times, like Ryan Shea's there, like, yo, that's just you might get beat, but you got elite recovery right here. All right, he might do this, but you could slice this. Like that's kind of how I think of him. Whereas when I think of Antonio Johnson, it's just like, yo, he looks like a DB. Like I just don't think that he has the same level of athletic ability as like an Ed Reed or some of these higher end guys that can go out there and do all that coverage stuff on the field.
Yeah, on the back end.
Yeah, but when you're talking about like in that box area though, those type of coverage and stuff like that, he just looks super smooth and super confident with it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a team that's looking for safety help and you don't have a free safety or strong safety, I feel like it'd be dope if you somehow got Branch and Johnson first, second round, just like that.
That'd be hard.
You'd be set.
Absolutely. All right, and then the third dude, man, Christopher Smith, number 29 out of Georgia. I like this dude a lot too, bro. Man, this is what I be doing. I cut on tape, I research. This is a fun way to live. But with Christopher Smith, 5'11", 195 is what they had him listed as. It was a senior down there, number 29 for Georgia. 60 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 3 interceptions, 5 PBUs, and a partridge in a pear tree. Pros for Christopher. Rangy, fast, and true sideline to sideline free safety. You watch him, he run that thing like a true free safety post too. I think he takes excellent angles to the ball, and I think he arrives with really good physicality, man. He is definitely not afraid of any type of contact. And when you watch him in coverage, just excellent route recognition. We talk about his burst and his hips, elite. And you watch him when he's closing to the football. That's the other thing that makes him very, very competitive at the catch point. Very, very competitive in coverage when that ball is in the air. I think he plays with just good fundamentals as a whole. You watch him in his back pedal. Always good fundamentals. You hardly ever see him just standing up straight-legged out there. I also think that when he's changing direction, he still maintains good pad level. He doesn't get high to change and do all this and then have to relocate and stuff like that, man. He's just a real fluid player on the back end. He's super productive, and I think he's a very good open field tackler, which is also critical for the safety position because as we talked about with some of the other prospects, that's the last line of defense. If your safety is not a great tackler, your defense is in trouble because when you get to that guy, man, if he misses, that's the difference between it being a 10-yard gain, a 5-yard gain, or being a 20-yard gain or a touchdown. You got to have safeties that can tackle, short tacklers. Christopher definitely gives you that. Some of the knocks on him, he could cover anything you want in that slot, without a doubt. My question is, when teams go to run that rock, he is on the smaller side. The physicality, what is that going to look like in terms of if you're down there in that box in the slot and they put something in it that's going to put 2 hands on you and try to really block you, how are you handling that at the NFL level? Collegiately, you can get away with it. NFL level, that's one of the things I was just a little bit concerned with. Also, I mean, he's a shorter player. They got him listed at 5'11". I'll be interested to see what the true measurables are. But when you talk this level, one of the things that we love about George Pickens is what? He could dunk on you, right? That jump ball. Figure out your way to defend it. That's what we're going to see. Honestly, when you watched him at Georgia, wasn't really a lot of him having to defend that, man. Part of that is because the pieces around him. You know, it is funny, like, when I think Stetson Bennett and we like, yo, some of the talent hurts his evaluation. But with Christopher Smith, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really hurt you all the way. I think it kind of helped you because, like, you really have, like, just everything there for you, man. You got the pass rush. You got the run defenders. You got corners. So, once again, I'm like, yo, he's dope. But I've just really seen a lot of him just being in great position and just moving well. I can't, like, sit here and really be like, you know what, I love his ball skills. I love when teams throw at him because he's a guy who's going to consistently get his head around. He's going to
out of his way.
Yeah, because it's like you might see 2 throws at him or a handful of throws that he really has a chance to defend against in a game because of how, you know,
there's a couple plays I've seen he had some good anticipation on the ball. Like good, almost like a DeMonte Casey, right?
Yeah, and like you said, you see some of that flash, man. It was like, yo, you said Casey. I was like, Casey, Earl Thomas, like how he flies around and moves at times, just the sideline to sideline. But once again, I'm just like, I at least want to know, like, if they're really challenging you deep, if they're really trying to go at you, can you stand up and do that? I just don't know all the way just yet. I think he has the potential to. If I had to take a guess, I would lean yes. But that is something that I just feel like I have to say because we have not seen it on the basis like that. And that's part of, like I said, man, just him having a dope team. You weren't going to, you know, send a ton of shots his way. He wasn't going to get a ton of ball carriers coming up on him. He wasn't going to get a ton of that. So, but I like him a lot, though.
I really like his game, too.
I like him a lot, bro.
You're 100% right. My only concern is his frame, his height, his weight, because he's a very, very willing tackler. He's willing to get into the mix,
but
is
not afraid of
you
that.
could see at times he's trying his damnedest to push the running back, whoever has the ball, backwards.
Is not happening, bro.
And he's the one going backwards a little bit, but he still makes the play. Yeah. But again, this is in college, so I don't know how that's gonna line up in the NFL.
I see one where my man like is flying over there. He tries to give my man a big hit in this game, and he dropped. Now, the running back, it was a receiver. The receiver ain't going anywhere either, but the receiver was still standing. He dropped. I'm just like, bro, it just looked bad, man. Like, yes, you tackled him, but it ain't look good.
Right.
That's my concern.
He has some ugly tackles.
Yeah, man.
We could put it that way.
Yeah.
But no, the ranginess on the back end, I think he's just one of those dudes you could win with. Like, if you get him in the second or third round, you already have good things set up around him.
Yeah.
Plug him in rookie year. He'll be fine, and then just let him develop for the next 2-3 years. He could become a pretty good leader on your defense. Yeah. Not saying he's going to be, all pro bowler, but I feel like this dude could have a nice, 9-10 career in the NFL. I like him
a lot, yeah.
Because of the instincts, because of the anticipation, all that stuff that you need being a safety. He's got the intangible. He's got the speed and all that. It's just the frame. All right, could he bulk up a little bit? Yeah. But maybe you don't need to ask him if you're a team that has him on your roster to be doing all that type of stuff. You be smart about it. But yeah, I really like his game. I probably do have him third. I don't know. I probably have him third. I like Johnson with the potential for sure. Like, he just has stuff you can't teach, and then Branch won, definitely.
Yeah, to me, Branch was one. I go back and forth on Smith and Johnson because
it's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm just like, and I just love speed. I love seeing like a true free safety type or a true like he can cover whatever type. Like, I just love that in today's NFL. And I think of just right now at our safety position, we don't critique or feel some type of way about Minka. We don't feel some type of way about DeMonte Casey because both of those dudes are cover safeties. They got some physicality, but we know they're cover guys. Edmonds is the question because he's physical, but the coverage is the part where we're like, yes, it's good, but
what's funny is both improved on those weaknesses.
Absolutely.
They both did. Physicality. We saw Casey in preseason lighting dudes up.
Absolutely.
And then Edmonds improved the coverage.
Absolutely, man.
So it's all doable. It's all about pick your poison.
Yeah.
Then.
So like, what's the preference? Like, what do you want to do? So that's why for me, man.
You're leaning Smith. I could tell.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. To me, I'm Branch. I would probably go Christopher Smith, and then I'm going Antonio Johnson, personal preference. But if I'm talking for the Steelers, Antonio Johnson makes the most sense because I'm pairing him with Minka. I don't need two Minka types. To me, Christopher Smith, if I'm pairing him with Minka, that forces Minka to do more of the heavy lifting and the run stuff. I don't want him to beat up his body like that. That's what Edmonds was for. Branch, man, Branch would be amazing if I had him and Minka back there, but I don't see that happening like that, you know? Like, I just, because once again, I'm going to be asking one of those dudes to have to take on that part. And can they do it? Absolutely. But I think that hurts them more than it helps them. And I think you're doing like the team a disservice if that's the role you're utilizing those guys in, because they're just too dynamic of playmakers to put them in that scenario. So personally, if it's the Steelers, I'm putting Antonio Johnson number 2 behind Brian Branch because he fits with Minka perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You want to hit these super chats? We got 621.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Because it is Friday Junior. Super Bowl predictions, man. We got props, I think. Yeah. Got some props out here.
You got any lined up?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Stay tuned. How about that? Yeah.
I got a couple I was looking at.
Okay. Hit that like button too one time, folks. If you ain't hit that like button yet.
McCartney. He says, I'd rather go corner. No, did he say this? Yeah, he already said that one. Never mind.
It should be I'm going backwards. Though I feel. I think. Yeah.
Yep, this one. He says, though I feel Sutton should be in the slot, if he's going to be outside, I'd rather get a guy like Witherspoon or another corner who could play the slot.
Okay. So, though I feel Sutton should be
So, it'd be like what Robert was saying, where you bring in Witherspoon first year, get him in the slot, and then maybe eventually
move him outside.
Right.
Yeah.
As time goes on over the next year or two.
I mean, that could definitely work, though, huh?
Oh, yeah. If we resign Sutton, then we'd have it would actually make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're bringing Sutton,
Depends on what you want to do with Sutton. If we bring Sutton back and we drafted Gonzalez or Porter, I guess we're bumping Sutton into the slot. Whereas if we bring Sutton back and we draft a Witherspoon or maybe another guy that's more prototypical for the slot, then we'll just keep Cam on the outside and have him and Levi as CB1 and CB2.
The other option is you take one of them safeties, unless
Branch,
either Branch or Smith, because of the coverage element, they could play that nickel spot. And when you watch them on tape, Branch did it a ton. Branch did a ton of that nickel action in terms of his coverage down at Bama. Even though, like I said, to me, I think he could play free or strong safety. They did play him a lot in that slot role at Alabama. When you talk Antonio Johnson, it was slot or exclusively at the strong safety spot. But then when you look at Christopher Smith, he has some slot stuff up there, but he was almost exclusively free safety in terms of like how they would utilize him on a snap in and snap out basis in the games I was watching. So that's the only thing that I'm like, dang. Yeah, I would like Chris to be able to, bump into the nickel and play it full time. But I'm like, I wasn't seeing enough of that for me to feel like he can do that full time. Whereas with Brian Branch, they were using him like that. It would be like, all right, we're going to hire you this whole game playing the slot. A couple plays you can come out here and, get in the half and stuff like that. But they were having him up there covering guys, being around a line of scrimmage, blitzing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they have Branch ranked so highly here because whenever I was watching that LSU-Alabama game, that dude was jumping off the screen all over the place.
He is like that. I didn't even see where they had him mocked. I know.
First round.
I know they have the first round grade on him, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't know how high they had him mocked. That's my only thing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where the mocks have him.
Yeah, I know he has a first round grade, though. Because I look at him, I'm like, he definitely looks different than the other two. Like, the other two were dope, but I think that he does stand out a little bit more to me, man.
I think he has a high variance. I think he could probably go in the top 15, but also he could fall to the end of the first. It just all depends on if you want a safety.
Because it's the position.
Yeah, it's the position. It's the position. Sometimes that gets weird in the draft.
Yeah.
Like, even though the dude's talented, it's
that's my whole thing.
Is the team looking for a safety?
Safety, middle linebacker, running back.
And
I'm like,
a lot of times, I don't think teams prioritize the safety position.
No, they don't.
They do a cornerback or an offensive tackle. Now, is that right or wrong? I don't know. But
man,
it just is what
they
it
don't,
is.
Though. Yeah. Bro, could you imagine that second? Minka and Bryant? Bro, I would love that.
Well, we got that pick in the second round, right? First pick in the second round.
32nd, yeah. Cause that's my thing. I'm like, because of the position, that's why I'm just like, if he was any other position, I don't think it's a conversation. I don't think he would be falling anywhere near 32. But because he plays safety, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sean McCartney, how would you feel about getting 2 tackles in the draft? Left tackle in the first, like a Paris Johnson or Antoine Harrison or Broderick Jones. Then late second or third for a right tackle, like DeJuan Jones. Maybe go defense at pick 32.
Me personally, I don't hate it. It's like I said, it's all about the direction we're going to go in. But I could see them saying, hey, you know, we want to revamp this offensive line. We want to really bring more talent in here and increase our depth and just make it a better unit and try to really focus on being physical. We talk about Andy Weidel, who obviously came over from Philly. You look at the Eagles' offensive line and defensive line. You can see that's where they invested a ton of time and a ton of resources. So if he's bringing that same type of mentality over here, well, that would make sense to take this approach in terms of really beefing up the trenches. Offensive line, so that way Kenny's protected. That way Najee got holes to run through. Improving the D-line. So that way, hey, man, we could rush the pass versus anybody and we're going to smash any type of running game. So, yeah, I could work with any of that.
That's it for the Super Chats.
I like it. I like it. All right, so now it's time to talk a little bit of that thing. Little thing.
Big Super Bowl preview.
The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
I think it comes down to what I said yesterday. Chiefs got Mahomes. Eagles
hey, y'all
got
drop your
team.
score picks too in the chat too, man. Let us know how y'all think this game going down, man. Make sure y'all put that in there. Por favor.
If it's a back and forth game, obviously either team could win, right?
Yeah.
If Chiefs get up early, I liked what you were saying yesterday. I think it might be a little bit harder for the Eagles to come back. But if the Eagles get up early, we've seen it how many times with Mahomes, it could still come down to the wire and how he could maybe pull it out his ass and win.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's just, what do you believe in more in this case? I like Hurts. I like how Hurts has been playing in the playoffs. People have been, I don't want to say shitting on him a little bit, but maybe underselling what he's done because the stats aren't gaudy. Mm-hmm. I like how he's handled himself.
Any concern about their road to the Super Bowl versus
Eagles?
the Chiefs' road to the Super Bowl? Yeah.
No, I think Chiefs kind of, like I said, I mean, that call at the end of the game, it kind of...
Well, because the reason I asked that is this. We talk about the call at the end of the game, but you think Brock Purdy went out in the second series, and then Josh Johnson was out by halftime.
Who the Eagles play in the first round? Giants.
The Giants, yeah.
No, I'm not concerned about the path.
Okay.
I don't think this Chiefs team's good. I don't think it as good as what it was when they won, like in 2019. Okay. Hey, they were tied 2020 with the Bengals.
Yeah. While Mahomes is hurt. And the
he
Bengals
definitely
are
wasn't
good.
as hurt as what they were leading on.
Still hurt, and that Bengals team is really good.
Chiefs had a chance to close out that game. That's why I was disappointed in them because they should have won that game by double digits. I feel like they had multiple opportunities to close it out.
Yeah.
Mahomes was he the one stupid play, fumbled it. Mm-hmm. He was trying to throw it or pump fake it, whatever. And also he missed they had the ball. Mm-hmm. I think they got it off a turnover. It's like, bro, if you get this, you go up double digits early. Mm-hmm. And they didn't. They had a punt. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I'd go either way on this one. Are we making picks now or breaking it down? We going to props?
We can break it down a little bit, man. How you seeing this thing going? Because to me,
I just think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be similar to the AFC Championship. Back and forth. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter, one way or another.
Like, I think it's going to be one of them ones like that where we're going. I think we'll see both teams have that momentum, though. We'll see Philly be able to get some of that physicality, some of that run game going. I also think they D-line going to give them some issues. But at the same time, I do think Mahomes, he know what it is. He know what's at stake for him. The first thing you said if they lost was what? Is he overrated? He know that. But he also know if he win, what they gonna be saying.
If he can't score more than 14 points in this game, I think it's going to be brought up.
Well,
and I might be bringing it up.
Kirk scored 24, and people say he had a terrible playoff game. So you know how that goes, man. But I just think for Mahomes, he knows, man. It's his time. It's his time, man. And I like his matchup too.
What in particular? Because they got good corners, obviously.
No, they got good corners. They got a good pass rush. Without a doubt, they do. But the difference is this, man. there is no great defense for great quarterback play. If the quarterback is on and he's putting that ball where it has to be, there is no coverage you're going to run that's going to stop that. I've seen that. You've seen that with 7 before, where it's like it doesn't matter what you're running. It doesn't matter how great this passer is. This guy is just on one today. Mahomes is the on one type quarterbacks. To me, I just feel like that's the X factor. That's the difference. Like, until I see Superman bleed, I'm going to believe that Superman's still Superman. And right now, outside of Tom Brady, I ain't seen a lot of people making this dude bleed like that, you know?
To actually Rob McClain's point, Mahomes didn't look that good in that Chiefs-Bucks game. He had to do a lot of stuff. But it's just like if the Eagles, as a team, as
Eagles
that
have the better
defense
team, though.
can
Eagles
get
the
after
team.
him,
Yeah.
there's only so much Mahomes could do.
Yeah.
And, like, his Super Bowls haven't been, like, that incredible. The first 2 or 3 quarters in that 49ers one, he wasn't that good. But you know me, I'm giving the full credit where it's due whenever you step up in the fourth quarter when it needs to happen. That's what he did in that 49ers game. And then, he just didn't have a good Super Bowl against the Bucs. I think that was more him not having a good O-line, the Bucs having a good defense and scheme.
And even with him having a bad game, he still was throwing dots that should have been touchdowns that were drops.
I agree. I don't think they were winning that game, though, even though
you don't. See, I think if they catch 2 of those tutties, because remember, Kelsey dropped one, another one hit the dude when he, like, throws his
I think it was the timing on when they happened, though, that throws me off with it. I don't know. I didn't watch it recently, but I felt like the Bucs had that one pretty much intact the whole way after, like, the first quarter. First quarter and midway through the second. So, I don't know. It's like Mahomes could even struggle out the gate. It's just like, you know what he's capable of in the second half.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I like it. So, now I'm trying to think. Do we want to do our picks now or do we go props now?
I don't know how much I have for the props. I was thinking maybe I go Juju with, like, an anytime touchdown. I could see it happening with the Eagles. Focusing on Kelsey a little bit.
Okay.
It feels right because of how miserable Steeler fans are all the time that he will catch a touchdown.
They would lose their mind if Juju
should have never let Juju go.
They would lose their mind.
The Steelers front office isn't confident.
Listen, if he get a...
It only feels right.
No. If Juju scores a touchdown or if Hargrave get a sack, they going to lose.
Actually, that's what I should.
They're going to lose their mind, bro.
I think that's the bet right there. Yep, the Pittsburgh fans are going to be miserable after these two things happen parlay. Juju touchdown, Hargrave sack.
Yeah, either one of those happen, they lose their mind, 100%.
The other interesting thing I think about with this one is the Chiefs are underdogs. So you're just talking about value for betting.
Okay.
Chiefs plus 105 on the money line.
I'm gonna take that. Yeah,
I don't care as much about the spread because the spread's too close. It's only 1.5 plus 1.5.
But nah, in fact, they little dogs. I like that. Get a little turkey.
Have you been looking up any of the novelty props? Heads, tails.
I mean, you know, I'm always looking for head, man. Give me the heads, man. Come on.
I'm just amazed at the amount of bets you could do now,
bro. It's
on the Super Bowl game.
It is insane.
We were looking at this before. Yes. They have head-to-head player props, and they got spreads on them. So for like Hurts and Mahomes, passing yards, they have a spread for Hurts plus 50.5 and Mahomes at minus 50.5. You can also do an over/under on the total if you combine their passing yards, 541.5.
So 541.
And then you can just do straight up money line. Will Hurts beat out Mahomes for most passing yards in the game? And for Hurts, it would be plus 225. Mahomes is minus 300 on the money line. But they got it for each one of the positions. You could also do passing touchdowns with the quarterbacks. Just touchdowns head-to-head between A.J. Brown, MVS versus Goddard. A.J. Brown versus Kelsey, Devonta Smith.
Man, hold on. All right, talk to me about the Kelsey. What Kelsey action I got, man? Let me see what I got over here, man.
You want the touchdowns, receptions?
Let me hear
some.
Let me get some
receiving
reception.
yards.
Let me get some reception talk. Reception talk and touchdown talk.
Okay, so all they have for receptions, head-to-head right now on DraftKings is Goddard versus Kelsey.
Okay. Who's favorite? It better be Kelsey.
It's definitely Kelsey. The spread is minus 2.5, though.
Huh.
So Goddard would be plus 2.5.
Yeah,
so if he gets
three
and Kelsey gets 5, Goddard would win.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have 3 more catches. Absolutely.
Money line is Kelsey minus 450. Goddard is plus 300. The total on the over/under is 11.5.
Can I combine them? Combined receptions or anything?
Yeah. That's the over-under then.
Okay,
11.5. So each that would have to be each gets 6. Or if you want to dice
I feel like
7 and 5.
I feel like Kelsey's going to cook, bro. Kelsey's going to get Forsett. Like, that's the guy.
So you think he at least gets 6?
At least, yeah. I think this might be one of the ones he gets
up
10.
to 8?
I think he'll get 10.
Then,
he's going to get targeted a lot, bro.
Then that over-under would be a slam dunk, right?
That's
you would
what I'm
expect
thinking,
Goddard
yeah.
to get at least 3 receptions.
That's what I'm thinking.
So if Kelsey gets like 8 or 9 and Goddard gets 3, you got your bet right.
Because Kelsey definitely, bro, they not getting to this game and going all of a sudden stop force feeding Kelsey, stop throwing him the rock. They going to get Kelsey involved, bro.
Except for, well, he might get a touchdown. I'm just saying.
Yeah, anytime scores,
red zone. No, I'm just saying. In the red zone, they're going to really focus in on Kelsey.
True.
And that's where Juju gets open for a little 5-yard drag route.
I was about to say, him trying to score a touchdown, I think is different because that's antennas. Big time antennas by 15 and in.
They don't have any other red zone threats either.
They don't,
Juju, a Tony, and a Hardman, those dudes aren't red zone threats.
They get real
That's
gimmicky.
where they start doing the underhand
Yeah.
passes and shit.
Yeah.
So you like the tight end over under here?
I do. Now, the people are asking, do we got any Hargrave getting a sack odds?
Well, I told you that's the. Oh, you want the actual odds?
Yeah. Do we have any odds on that?
That's the Pittsburgh fan miserable if it happens parlay.
Because I would definitely include this parlay if I could get him in there. Let's see what my homie got.
We're looking for sacks. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not up yet. I'm sure they'll get something for him.
Okay.
When it gets closer. They just have Graham, Reddick, and Sweat though for the Eagles guys. Karlaftis, Clark, and Jones for the Chiefs. If you want to do tackles, they don't have Hargrave on tackles yet. But again, I think they're gonna get him in there the closer you get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Because why wouldn't get him a sack?
Because even on the what did we just do? The receiving props or the reception prop, right?
Yeah.
They only had Kelsey and Goddard.
So they still adding them on in, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because whenever it's Hargrave for a sack, I am putting money on it. I'm betting on my dog. He gonna cook somebody. It's the big game. He gonna cook somebody. Shout out to my MEAC, my little SC State one time.
I think you gotta do the classic heads tails. I did that last year. I think I won that one. That's always a fun one to do.
What's the Gatorade talking about?
They do have all the Kellers.
What's the Gatorade talking about?
Let me find this.
Which set we banging? Is it blood red or is it crippy blue? Which
TG
one is it,
called
man?
red, right?
Yeah. No. Did he call red?
I think he did.
I think he did.
I'm not seeing it on here right now. It would be under novelty props, right?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it right now. They definitely
They're
do
going to put
that,
him up
though.
there, yeah. It might be early still. It might be early.
Unless it's under another tab and I'm missing it. They got flea flicker. Is a flea flicker going to happen? Yes, plus 210. No, minus 280.
The answer is, now, what's the classification on a flea flicker, though?
Both of these coaches are apt to do something like that.
But I need to know, like, if it's a underhand forward thing, or they ain't counting it as flea flicker.
There's no way. That's not a flea flicker. Flea
That's what I
flicker
say.
is
It's got to be
hand it
here,
off.
and he has to give it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're, like, really strict. I'm trying to think. I've seen trick plays from both. I don't know if I've seen that one yet. But that might be a benefit, though, if we haven't seen it just yet.
Right. Mahomes was talking about doing a backwards pass this year, and maybe he saved it for the Super Bowl. That would be the stupidest thing of all time if they did that, though.
Especially if it doesn't work. It's not a good look.
A scoregram.
What?
Yes, plus 2,000. No, 10,000. I actually looked this up. Scoregram is a score that's never been done in NFL history. Are we going to have that in this game?
I'm so confused. Like, what? What could...
So, I think there's only been 2 times an 11-10 score happen. One of them was a Steelers game.
Like
so
the
it's
score. Okay,
score combination.
I see what you mean. All right. Oh,
plus 2,000 on that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm about to say, because, that sounds like crazy odds. All right.
I don't know what scores are still out there that haven't been done. I guess, you could get up to a high-scoring game. I'm sure like a 60-49 score has never been done.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. Like, we done had low-scoring Super Bowls before, so yeah. All right. Do they have anything about proposals? Wedding proposals? Because usually that's one of them ones, too. It's like, yo, is anyone going to get proposed to at the Super Bowl?
Not right now.
Okay then. Okay.
I'm seeing some cross-sport specials, probably NBA games that are happening that day.
Okay.
points for Morant combined with Travis Kelce receptions, if you want to do that.
Okay.
A kick to hit the post.
Harrison Buckner in there. I like it.
To hit the upright or crossbar.
I like that.
Yes, +4. I mean,
I'll take one.
You got favorable odds for that if you want.
I'll take one.
Or at least valuable odds, +450.
Yeah, I'll definitely take one.
No, -60 or -650. Looking else here, passing props. I like quarterback to win the MVP. The value's just not there, though. It's -650. It's just not there. I do think if you had to bet money, it's going to be either Hurts or Mahomes to win the MVP. It's usually how it goes.
I like
but if you
AJ
like
Brown
Kelce,
and Kelce as my dark horse.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could get some good value on that because they're in the like a significant plus range. Let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, Kelce's +1,200. Brown's +1,800. Actually, those are the next two after Mahomes and Hurts in terms of favorable odds.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so $10 on Kelce, you win 120.
I'm about to look into that one. I like that one right
AJ
there.
Brown, $10 on him, 180.
I like that.
Mahomes and Hurts are both +120 and +125 individually. But if you were to bet on a quarterback, which is basically the same thing, it'd be -650. Because I was trying to think that in my mind. I'm like, wait, if I just bet $10 on both, I would maybe make a profit. I don't know though, because you'd lose your 10, and you wouldn't be getting that much back on the juice because it's almost even odds.
Yeah,
that's why these guys are.
That's why they are who
with
they
the
are.
sportsbook.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, okay then. Think it's time.
What?
Think it's time that we go ahead and drop our picks then, bro. It's time that we stamp us up, man.
All right.
It's time to get serious. Dun.
I go either way. You asked me yesterday, I would have maybe had a different pick. Literally,
you weren't the only one that could go either way. You know what I'm saying? It was one person up yesterday flip-flop like 4 times. Clearly, you're not the only one. You good, man. I can assure you.
Yeah, I can make a pick now, and I'll switch it on Sunday.
Yeah, you good, man. You got plenty of time. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Damn. You want to make your pick first?
All right. So for the bull here for yours truly. Yeah, man, it's a tough one. I can definitely make a case either way. I could strongly see it going either way. And I will not be surprised either way, whatever one of these teams win. But when in doubt, I side with the talent. When in doubt, I side with the guy that's the unicorn. Until proven otherwise, I'm going to side with Mahomes. We'll see. But I'm going to roll with Mahomes, man. I think for him to get it done, he's going to have to score them points. He's going to score more than 10. I'll tell you that. So for me, I'm going 27-24 Chiefs. Mahomes game-winning drive. They trailing. Yep, they trailing. And everybody's like, oh, they're just playing for the field goal. And he's like, no, dagger. Yeah. Walk off. Tutty. Audi. MVP. Then they just make us want to throw up because they're going to force feed how much of a great GOAT, Hall of Fame, never been done. The leaders like his wifey, his brother. Oh man, they're gonna be going so crazy on TikTok. TikTok might break down for a little bit. Like it might be one of those type of vibes, B. Yeah. And then Mahomes, he'll go celebrate by eating a nice porterhouse steak, medium plus, with Heinz ketchup on it. That's how he'll do it, bro.
I'm trying to think of the coaches here.
No. Big Red versus Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, I trust Reed a little bit more. Sirianni's got that psycho in him, though. I don't think he's necessarily gonna fold here either.
No, he definitely got that psycho on him. Like, oh, you think we scared? We'll go for it on 4th down. It doesn't matter. Like, yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Man, I could just see the Eagles playing such a sound game because that's what they've been doing all year. All year, just playing sound ball. Chiefs, you're relying on Mahomes.
Now you like them type of quarterbacks like that though.
I know he's damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man, dude. It's a tough pick. It's a tough pick. You know what? Everyone picked Chiefs on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go Eagles.
All right. Eagles it is for you. What's your score prediction?
I don't know if I even like this pick. I might pull a TG. I hate this pick, actually.
Come on, man. You got this. I believe in you.
I would feel a lot better picking the Chiefs with Mahomes because you got Mahomes.
I just figure if I'm going to go down with the ship, let me go down with Mahomes, bro.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't. Like, I would be so heated if I lose to Mahomes going off of 403 tutties. Like, and I would be sitting here like, I knew he was capable of. Like, that's the part that I can live with Philly winning. I can live with Philly running the ball, better team. I can win with that. I can't live with the fact that I went against him and he did that. It's just like, bro, what am I doing?
I think you're right.
I got that advice from you, I think, now, because you told me that with fantasy football. I used to have some issues. Be like, yo, you rather go down with this guy that you know versus like banking on a sleeper and the sleeper not doing what he's supposed to do and this guy actually balling out like that. Yeah, I'm with it, bro.
Agreed. I mean, that's
I done learned, bro.
For one of the games in the playoffs, I probably said Brady and the Bucs over the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Because you lean on Brady in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
You'd rather go down saying you were wrong on that pick.
I was wrong on Brady, yeah. Then, you bet it against Brady? Oh, why would you do that? Yeah.
I really do appreciate what Hurts has done this year, though.
Yeah.
And I think he is legit. I don't think he's going to fold in this one.
Okay.
Damn, dude. I would say, just go with my gut instinct. But, like, my first instinct would probably just say Chiefs. Then I flip, trying to be different on the pod a little bit. Said the Eagles. I don't know, man. I don't know.
So who's your final? Because we do got to get ready to roll, man. Who your final, though, bro? Who you going to roll with? Who you going to plant your flag on right now, Deke? Who you got?
I don't know. I'll go with God damn it, dude.
Hey,
it's a tough pick.
That's this matchup, bro. I think that's a good
I gotta stick with what I said. I gotta stick with what I said first. I can't pull a TG here.
You sure?
So, yeah, because here's my problem: as I'm trying to go through the score, I'm trying to go through the script. I see the Chiefs winning. Like, that's the thing. Like, how's it happen? I don't know if I see the whole late game scenario with the Eagles.
I don't see that line for Philly. I don't see how that. I see this line for Philly, and if not here, I don't know. Whereas with the Chiefs, I'm like, I can see you win it this way. I can see you doing it this way.
More opportunities.
I could also see you doing this.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. That's what I said. If the Eagles get up,
I
could see the Chiefs coming back. I don't know if it's necessarily vice versa.
Yep.
God damn it. Eagles defense. They shut down the Chiefs one way or another.
There it is.
Chiefs get 15 points, so we won't have the as Mahomes overrated talk. They get 15 points. Yeah, a missed extra point or something happens.
Okay,
15.
okay.
Eagles, 21, something like that.
There it is. There it is.
There's my score.
I like it. Shout out to you, man.
I feel awful about that pick.
Shout out to you, man. All right, real quick, let's see, do we got any supers? Because it is about to be 6:50 right now. We started 30 minutes. Was 30 minutes, 20 minutes? Push back a little bit. But, oh, Lord. You funny as heck, bro. You funny.
It was tough.
Even while you're saying the prediction, I'm like, yo,
I'm probably gonna bet the Chiefs. I'm probably gonna bet the Chiefs. That's what I should do. Hedge it. I win one way or another.
There you go.
Justin Gordon. Shouts to Moats for bringing in a fire guest. Monday's guest, Will Allen, agrees with me. We replace Hall of Fame nose tackle Casey Hampton at pick 17.
No, salute you, Justin, man. I appreciate you, man. We try every once in a while, man, spice it up, bring a couple guests in. So y'all not hearing just me and Deke's takes all the time. But at the same time, we keep it consistent too, man. But we appreciate you for rocking with us, though, from the heart.
Tyler from the 334, I need in the league, Deke. PlayStation account Achilles334.
I like that name.
All right, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or something.
Absolutely, man. Let's go.
Yeah, if you pay for a comment, I think I could have an open mind and potentially let you in.
Yeah. Shout out to Deke, right? A man of the people. That's a man of the people right there.
Justin Gordon, Moats, can an NFL O-lineman, Dan Moore, become a monster in one offseason with crazy weight room and athletic program? Have you seen it?
I mean, we've seen guys take sophomore jumps. I just think the difference, though, of what you're asking with Dan Moore to become a monster, that might be a little bit more significant. I think that he can become a way more consistent player and a true starter that we feel even more confident in. I think he can take that type of step, but I don't think he's going to turn around and be like Trent Williams in the offseason. Nah, I ain't saying that. Yeah, but I do think that he can continue to develop into just a clear starter. I think of Marcus Gilbert, prime example. I think of before this was actually, he got his check, was that 14 or 15 time frame when he got paid. And I literally remember it's probably the year prior to before Munch got there, watching Gilbert on film, and it's just like, bro, he's good, but we don't look at him to that level. Even that offseason, like, you don't look at him on that level. But by the time that season got there, man, he had developed, he had really honed in on his skills and his craft, and he turned out to be a way better player. And from there, we saw what he was able to do here in Pittsburgh for us at that position. So I think of him. Also think of Al Villanueva. He was another guy, man, that was very raw, didn't have the most fundamentally sound technique and stuff like that. Offseason changed that. And then he started to build upon it even more so, to the fact that, he developed into a really good player in this league. So with Dan Moore, I do think he's capable of taking a jump. I just don't know if when we speak on him becoming a monster, when I think of monster, I think of like Pouncey. You feel me? I think of DeCastro. I don't know if he's capable of that just in general, but I do think he can have an increase in terms of just being more consistent, being a better player, though.
Najee Loudpack, hey, this is off topic, but how do you feel about Chase Young? About a Chase Young trade? Alex Highsmith, Loudermilk, pick 120 for Chase Young.
I mean, for the Steelers, yeah, but if I'm Washington, I ain't doing that. I mean, I like it for the Steelers. Yeah, Chase Young is a dope player. More projection still versus productivity at this point, largely because of the injury. But, I mean, Chase, he got the size, athletic ability, knows how to do everything you want him to do. Yeah. But if I'm Washington, I don't know if, why I would take that deal per se. That's my only thing.
I don't know if we do that.
I like both ways, yeah, because I'm like, we like Highsmith. He's homegrown. We control his number, and his number is going to be a lot cheaper whenever we pay him versus when Chase Young ever gets paid.
Chase Young's feeling right now like a Jadeveon Clowney type.
See, you put him in the Clowney. I'm not there because he was hurt.
That's part of it, though. It's just more, we're still waiting on the upside. Clowney's upside has lasted still till now, pretty much.
The only reason I say different is because I felt like year one from Chase, I at least saw more productivity than I felt like I ever saw from Clowney. You know what I mean? In terms of like just a season of like, yo, can you just be you? Like, I thought that, not this season, but was it last year when Clowney was in Cleveland that first time around? Like, we thought he put, like, that was probably like his best that I've ever seen him in terms of being productive. To me, I kind of looked at Chase like, bro, you kind of gave me that your rookie year. And now it's just like you were just hurt. So that's the part where I want to see like what it looks like coming back from that, because, yeah, otherwise it will go to that Clowney. And, yeah, you know how I feel about those type of individuals. So, yeah.
That's it for the Super Chats.
No, respect, man. It's been a dope day, man. So, hope everybody's enjoyed their Friday Junior, a.k.a. Thursday show. Shout out to the homie Robert McClain, man, pulling up, man, spending some time with us on the show. Shout out to each and every one of y'all, man, as well, rocking with us. Y'all stay safe out there this weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're tuning in. And if you're just going to say F it and research, well, hey, man, do what you do. But either way, we'll be hitting y'all up next week. All right. So, with that being the case, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. And until next time, baby.
Peace.